Today we're going to be attempting the LMG only challenge on every single Call of Duty Zombies game. Our goal is to reach around 25 on each and every game that we play, and there's a total of 12 different zombie games dating all the way back to World at War. To win this challenge, we need to beat a total of 7 games with only light machine guns, and without wasting any more time, let's jump straight into this challenge. The LMG only challenge. We're starting off on World at War Derice, and I feel like this is the best overall pick for this game because not only do we have Pack-a-Punch and perks, but a very important weapon that we will need for this challenge is a wall buy exclusively on Derice. When doing a weapon specific challenge, especially on one of the earlier Call of Duty zombie games, it is very important that you have a wall buy just because that is the only way to get ammo in these games. And while you can rely on mystery box luck to re-pull LMGs over and over again, that is just going to be the worst way to play the game. Now, luckily with World at War, there are a lot of LMG wall buys, or at least one LMG wall buy on every single map in this game, because for whatever reason when World at War launched, the developers didn't really think of LMGs as overpowered weapons, and it seems like the further they went on with development for the newer games, they just stopped putting LMGs on the wall because LMGs are some of the best weapons in the game. I mean, if you're not looking for a wonder weapon, you're probably looking for an LMG, considering they have a really high ammo count, and not only that, but usually they are pretty strong damage wise. I'm hoping by the end of round 3 we'll be able to open the first 3 doors that we need and grab our very first LMG to start off this challenge. I know exactly what guns I want to get and what perks I want to get throughout this game. I'm just really hoping this goes as smooth as possible. World at War can be a very unforgiving game, and getting set up on Derice especially can be super sketchy, but it looks like we have just enough points to grab our very first LMG and start off this challenge, that being the good old FG-42. Now, honestly, when I think of an LMG, aka a light machine gun, I do not think of the FG-42. This thing looks more like an assault rifle to me, so it's a little weird using this in this challenge, but in all honesty, I made sure this was a light machine gun before we started this up. Now, another LMG wall buy that we do have on Derice is the bar, and the bar is actually a pretty decent weapon, but I think I would rather hit the mystery box and get the good old Browning LMG. Honestly, one of my favorite LMGs of all time, and considering we're doing an LMG challenge, we just have to get the Browning. I think we can easily beat World at War and the first few zombie games. I'm hoping to do this completely flawless, but as you guys know, that doesn't always go according to plan. Sometimes we die to the most absolute random garbage ever, but hey, that's zombies for you. It does happen. It happens a lot more than you think, but I think once we get Juggernog, we will be a-okay. I've really been missing the feeling of playing zombies. I've been wanting to hop on for a while now, but honestly, I just really have not had the time, which kind of sucked. But fortunately, all of my Wi-Fi lines just went down completely. Like, I don't even know what happened, but yeah, they're just sitting in my yard. I have no Wi-Fi, and luckily, the older Call of Duty games, you do not need Wi-Fi to play, and that was one of the greatest things back then. Not needing an internet connection or to be hooked up to Wi-Fi to play anything at all. Nowadays, to play any newer Call of Duty, you have to be hooked up to the internet, which kind of sucks, especially for situations like this, but that is why I always keep an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3 on hand. You really never know what could happen. I'm not sure how many weapon-specific challenges we've done so far, but I know we haven't done any of them flawlessly, so I would really like to get this one done without losing a single game. I think LMGs is going to be the absolute best weapon class to attempt this challenge on, or at least attempt to get it flawless. We're gonna have some more challenging games later up, but World at War is definitely gonna be one of the hardest. We really just need to get Jug right now. Not having Jug on World at War is the #1 biggest mistake you could make when playing this game. That and playing this game at 3 a.m. in 2009. That was also a very bad idea. Also, since this is World at War, we obviously do not have Quick Revive, which means this is a one and done challenge. You know what? We have 2,600 points. Let's roll the box. Maybe we can get a Browning on our very first hit. Please? Oh my god, wait, what did we just get? The MG42? Are you serious? On our first box hit is actually a blessing. I did not expect that at all. This might be our game. I don't know if I'm a big fan of the MG. I definitely do prefer the Browning, but the MG definitely is a close second. I'll probably still pack-a-punch the FG42 just because it's a wall weapon and we'll be able to buy ammo for that, which is going to be a lot safer, especially in the later rounds. It's crazy to think about how many Derice remakes there are in Zombies history. I mean, you've got the good old World at War version, you've got the Black Ops 1 version, you've of course got the Giant, which while it's not the most direct copy and paste remake, it still is a remake. And then you of course have all of the Steam Workshop remakes of Derice. Derice was also supposed to be in Black Ops 2. I mean, the list just goes on. And Derice isn't even the most repeated map. There are maps that have been in Zombies like 5 or 6 times at this point, which honestly is a little absurd. I think at some points Treyarch just needs to learn how to let go. I do want to hit the box and still try to obtain the Browning, but I have to keep in mind that we are doing the LMG only challenge, so we're 100,000,000% going to need speed cola. I mean, I'm on round 8. I should honestly already have speed, but hey man, we're getting through it. Yeah, let's go grab speed right now. Stamina up would also be really helpful, but man, that wasn't even introduced till Black Ops 1. You know what? We have some spare time. We have 1 zombie left. It is the very end of the round. Let's go ahead and get some teleporters. Let's get fully set up on this map. Very first pack-a-punch ever introduced into Zombies. I truthfully don't think we'll ever see a remaster to this game because the year is 2026 and we still have not received a remaster for BO1, BO2, and I mean, obviously this game should come first since it is the oldest, but BO1 and BO2 were definitely way more popular, so I figure we would see those games first, and there's like 15, 16 Call of Duty zombie games at this point, so I have no idea if we will ever receive a remaster for literally any Zombies game ever. I figured at some point they would have just, you know, made a full-fledged Zombies game with all of the maps, all of the DLC, or if not even that, then just try their best to create a new awesome experience. But yeah, 2026 still not here. I'm just forever grateful that we have these beautiful Call of Duty zombie games like Black Ops 1, 2, and World at War that will forever live on disc. The thing that sucks about the newer Call of Duty games is that eventually those games will shut down and forever be gone. Even if not anytime soon, like 5, 10 years, 20 years from now, those games probably won't even exist. The catwalk is just the absolute best camping spot ever. Some of my best memories come from sitting on this exact catwalk at midnight with all of the homies in a Xbox Live party chat. I mean, even if I'm just sitting here doing nothing but killing zombies, the enjoyment of playing with your friends and surviving for as long as you can is just something that was a prime feeling all of those years ago. I honestly think it's time we hit the pack-a-punch. We have a total of 14,500 points, and there's not really much we can buy on Derice. I mean, we have Quick Revive and Double Tap, but that's Double Tap 1.0 and the original Quick Revive. Plus, I can definitely sense that the weapon damage is falling off each and every round that we go up. But let's kill this zombie, throw the MG42 back into the pack-a-punch, and honestly, I don't even remember what this thing turns into once upgraded. Kind of excited to find out. We got the 420 impeller, and we got the Barracuda FU11. I know with a lot of the pack-a-punch names for the weapons, they like to do little Easter eggs with them, so I'm assuming these are probably something or referencing something somewhere. I honestly don't know. Like I said, I'm more of a Browning guy, but this is still one of the best pulls you can get on World at War Derice. Oh my god, that is a machine gun right there. We still need to get to round 25, which is a considerably high round, especially for early zombies. I mean, back in the early days of Call of Duty, like BO1, BO2, and especially World at War, round 20 to 30 was a high round, and if you got to that, you were definitely showing your friends and boasting about it. Nowadays, those rounds are nothing but a number. They mean absolutely nothing, and honestly, anybody can do them. Not on the earlier games, but definitely on the modern games. I miss the days where the only currency I knew of was Microsoft points. Those were the good old days. I remember back in 2010, you know, playing on the Xbox 360 and buying a new game from a game store, you would get the 2-day Xbox Live Gold trials when you bought a game. And man, let me tell you, those 2-day trials were some of the best days of my life. When I was younger, I wasn't the luckiest person, so $10 a month for Xbox Live Gold just wasn't something my parents wanted to pay. And when I was able to find a used copy of Halo or even Fable 3 and just get that free trial, you best believe I did not get off of the game for those 2 days. I wonder how good this FG32 is, or if it's even worth using. I've been using the other LMG quite a bit, so let's go ahead and try this one out. now. I know the other one's significantly better, so I just have been abusing it. But let's spread the love, man. Let's try out our other LMG here. Hopefully it doesn't get us killed, because it's definitely getting us backed up into this corner, which just isn't good. Used pretty much all of our ammo in a single round. I think we honestly would have been better off leaving this unpack-a-punch and just using it for insta kills, and in case we needed to farm points for ammo. But we're still going strong. No close calls yet. I'm gonna keep spinning the box. Maybe we get a Browning. Maybe we get a Wonder Waff that we can't take. Who knows? I think we got a Type 100. Unfortunately, we can't take that. The Type 100 is one of my favorite guns. When it returned in Black Ops 3, oh my god, I was so hyped. The best guns for the catwalk was always an LMG, so I feel like this is just going perfectly right now. I mean, I don't even know if the Browning would be a better pick than the MG42, because this gun is just mowing them down, and it has like a total of 800 bullets, so this is just absurd. This genuinely feels like a death machine. Honestly, all we need to go with this is Deadshot. Screw Double Tap 2.0. This thing shoots too fast as it is. Let's do our once per round box spin. What are we gonna get? Come on. Let's see here. What do we get? Ooh, a Thompson. I feel like that's also a pretty solid weapon for World at War. Maybe not for the catwalk strat or really anything besides the early rounds, but man, I am a fan of the Thompson and the Tommy gun. You know what? Let's go train. Let's go run around for a little bit. If I didn't buy the door to the third teleporter so early on, I honestly would have just stayed here. Camping in World at War is definitely one of the best plays you can do, because when you get hit in this game, you just get vacuumed into the zombies and instantly die. It's such a scary feeling that when you get hit, I just try to avoid it altogether. We do need a max ammo round pretty soon, but we are coasting through the rounds right now. I think we got this challenge in the bag, and World at War is usually a game that we never beat. So honestly, I'm pretty happy right now. You know, everything can change in just a few seconds, so hopefully I don't jinx myself. I might even go back to the catwalk just to secure a victory here. At least just to get through this round, man. I'm getting backed up really bad. The LMGs are starting to fall off in damage, and I'm having to use a lot of ammo just to kill these zombies. We need a dog round like ASAP, preferably next round, but I could probably hold off till 20 considering we have the FG42 and that's a wall weapon. Oh man, we are so out of ammo here. All right, we need to buy ammo. Even if it's a dog round, I'm still gonna buy ammo. We can spin the mystery box too, get a little 2-for-1 special going on. It is a dog round, and we did get monkeys. Now we cannot take monkeys because this is LMG only. Kind of sad that we can't take the monkeys, but rules are rules, my friends. These dogs are really tanky. That is something I really liked about World at War. The guns fell off damage-wise so quickly in this game, and that's honestly a part of the reason rounds 20 to 30 were considered high rounds, because all of the guns besides wonder weapons just stopped working completely once you got to 25. But we got through the dog round, we got a max ammo, and that's gonna put us on to round 20. This may be one of the quickest and most flawless round 20s we've done on any World at War challenge so far. Not that it's impressive or anything, but for how these challenges go, I'm honestly surprised. Yet again, I am camping catwalk with literally like the best gun in the game, so I would hope I could do it. Zombies in this game are just so buggy. They don't really ever scale in difficulty. It's just more and more keep coming, and they get more and more health, and they just get buggier and buggier as the rounds go. I feel like that's how a lot of world record runs end on this game, is just bugs. If it's not by crashing, it's probably by a zombie teleporting in front of you or even behind you. Who even knows? You could literally die to a ghost zombie. But we got through 20. I'm gonna hit the box again. It's probably gonna move soon. I would say it's like 7 hits, I believe. Got a Thompson for the 3rd time. You know what? Let's go trade in the spawn room. Why not? It's round 21. Let's go have some fun. I want to use the FG42 a little bit and just get a good feeling for this weapon and overall how good it is on the higher rounds of this game. Trading on World at War is not an easy task whatsoever, and oh my god, we're cooked. I should have just stayed on the catwalk. We've made it to Black Ops 1, and for this game, we're playing Kino der Toten because there's really no difference between each and every map on this game. All of the guns are the exact same, and the only 2 LMGs we can get are mystery box weapons. Now, fortunately for us, this game did upgrade the Quick Revive perk, so this is no longer a one and done run for the remainder of the challenge, and going forward, we should have 3 lives on every single game that we play, I do believe. I'm really excited for Black Ops 1. I think this is where this challenge is going to peak the most. The LMGs on this game are just incredible, and it's kind of like the M14 versus Olympia debate in my opinion. You see, you're either a fan of one or the other. Everybody has their go-to. You're either an RPK fan or you're an HK21 fan. And well, I hate to say it, but I'm an HK21 fan till the day I die. Now, the RPK is definitely a great weapon. There's nothing bad about it. I'm not favoring one, but if I had to pick the HK21 for sure, it just has more ammo, and honestly, I feel like it does more damage as well. I believe for the original Black Ops, all of the wall buys on each and every map are pretty much the exact same, with the exception of the World at War maps, which actually have the bar as a wall weapon. So we could have picked one of those maps and had a wall buy LMG, which honestly would have been a smart play, but we just played World at War, so nah, we can't really do that. We're gonna have to get really lucky with our mystery box luck, so hopefully we can pull an LMG as quick as possible. It looks like the box is in the middle of the stage, which isn't the worst case scenario, but it is still pretty bad because that means we're gonna have to waste about 3,000 to 4,000 points. Now, if our luck is anything like it was in World at War, we should be good. I think there's a total of 26 different unique weapons in the mystery box in Black Ops 1, or it's at least close to that number, and there is only 2 LMGs. I really don't want to activate the power this early on. I like to typically stay on the stage until I can buy Jug and have some good weapons and everything, but considering the box is already in the middle, we just have to. Hopefully we can get this in one hit here. I'd be really happy. Please? Ooh, a G11. Not quite an LMG. Honestly, what would you even consider a G11? An LMG, an AR? I'm not too sure. It's like a burst marksman rifle. I think Black Ops 1 did incredibly well with all of the weapons they put inside of the game. I feel like it really set an expectation for each and every zombies map going forward. You know, as you open each door, the guns get noticeably better. However, unfortunately, the guns also start to cost more points. And that's a theme that they followed with pretty much every zombies map going forward after Kino der Toten. You know, you could argue that World at War is the one that started that, but honestly, a lot of the wall weapons in that game are not where they should be, in my opinion. Our box luck isn't too great right now. We have not even seen a single LMG. Don't know how long I'm going to be able to hold off. You can only knife the zombies for so long until you eventually take it down and get stuck in Jug's corner. I say this is probably our last box spin, and it looks like we got an HK21. That was really lucky. Okay, let's grab that. Now, unfortunately, we're gonna have to buy quick revive again, which is just a waste of points, but honestly, I'm happy we got the HK. You guys see how hard it was for me to pull just a single LMG. So if we run out of ammo in this gun, we're going to have to trade it in, or at least try to get the RPK. Luckily for us, the HK21 has like 630 bullets to start with, around that number. It's very close. And as I said earlier, this gun is also very good on damage. I'm really glad we got this. The RPK starting off might not have been the best play because that gun goes through ammo a lot quicker than the HK. Going back to the weapon system in Black Ops 1 that I was talking about earlier, even with the box weapons in this game, they did so well with what they put in and what they didn't. There was a lot of multiplayer guns and even campaign guns that didn't make the cut into zombies. I feel like the loot pool that we have in Black Ops 1, and especially Black Ops 1, is just one of the best loot pools in any zombies game. All of the bullet weapons don't really overpower each other, and there's nothing that you would really want over one another. Like if you're playing Black Ops 3, you'd want a Breccia or a Haymaker, or Black Ops 4, you'd want a Helion Salvo, but with Black Ops 1, you can favor a gun like the Commando or the Galil, but nothing's really going to be better than one another, with the rare exception of the 2 LMGs, because, I mean, they're LMGs. The whole goal with the mystery box in this game was the chase feeling with trying to get the wonder weapons, and I just died again. Well, it is round 7 and we've already took 2 downs. This is not going as well as I expected, but we're still in it to win it. Let's grab some good old Juggernog, the best perk in zombies history, and let's also grab one of the best perks as well, solo quick revive. And yeah, like I was saying, the wonder weapon chase was just such a good feeling in zombies. Introduced in World at War with the ray gun and the flamethrower, if you want to consider that a wonder weapon, more noticeably the Wonder Waff, but I think definitely in Black Ops 1, the Thunder Gun and ray gun were where wonder weapons became iconic. That's really where all of the memes started coming from. You know, revive me, I got ray gun, and all of those peak zombie moments. The thunder gun was such an overpowered weapon in Kino der Toten, and even just Black Ops 1 in general, that if you were playing a co-op game and your teammates noticed you pulled the thunder gun, they would get very upset, to the point to where the host would leave the game, or even any player in the game would leave. And like, while that sounds like it's some made up story, we've all lived it. We've all probably done it as well. So we all know what I'm saying is true here. But yeah, man, that's just something that we'll never get back with zombies. But as for this challenge goes, we've already taken 2 downs. We do have Jug, we do have Quick Revive. I need to get Speed Cola next. Now, I want to keep my M1911 for as long as possible because, as you guys know, the LMGs, just in general, no matter what game you play, have very slow mobility. So running with this thing is not going to be the best play. Like, as you can see right here, I almost just died. Even if we're not using the M1911, I would like to keep it just as a mobility weapon so I don't get trapped and die. And because of that, I probably won't pack-a-punch the HK until we are completely out of ammo. That way we don't have to trade out our 1911. I guess at the same time, I could just grab Mule Kick. I never thought I would say this, but Mule Kick might actually be the play for once. Something that's always bothered me about Kino der Toten was the AUG wall buy that just doesn't exist on any port besides the Wii version. I never quite understood why it wasn't here on the Xbox 360, PS3, and even the PC version, but on the Wii version, we had one of the best box weapons just on the wall in one of the best areas as well. I never truly understood why, and I did grow up playing the Wii version of Black Ops Zombies and then eventually moving on to the Xbox 360. So as you can imagine, when I picked up the Xbox 360 version, I was so surprised that the AUG wasn't on the stage. Because listen, if you played the Wii version, the AUG was probably one of your go-to weapons. I know just about everyone back then went for the AUG on the Wii. It wasn't even just a me thing, because I always grinded public matches on the Wii, and all of the homies that I played with back then, they also grabbed the AUG wall buy because it's just in such a good area. Like, yeah, the M16's in a great spot, but eventually in a public game, that door ends up open. And if this door is opened right here, you do not want to be in this corner or just in this area ever. It's such a bad place to be. I did end up buying Speed Cola, so we should be all right now to try and get some kills. Oh my god, that was crazy. I don't even know why I went back the same way. That could have been so bad, but we're still here. We're still mowing him down. I'm honestly surprised. I know I already said this once, but the mobility with the LMGs are just so bad. I don't know if it's worse in Black Ops 1 than it is any other game, but it seems like I always have to be buddy hopping just to be able to move in a safe pace. You know, I've been thinking about Mule Kick and considering if Mule Kick is the play, and while it could be the play, having my RPK in my Mule Kick slot, which is what would happen, doesn't sound too ideal because if I die again, then I'm just going to lose that weapon. And yeah, I could just stick to the RPK and then just use all the ammo in that so that if I lose it, you know, whatever. But I just don't feel like that's a solid play. The only other perk on this map is double tap, so I might just do that. I know I have a lot of points right now and I'm just not spending them. I'm trying to make sure I have as much as possible in case we need to throw our guns back in the box, because there is no LMG wall buys on this map. So we're going to have to rely on the mystery box or just being smart for ammo. And I just want to make sure I have enough for pack-a-punch and then also 20 something mystery box hits if that's what it comes to. I don't really want to get rid of my pistol right now, but if we get an RPK, I'll take it. That is not an RPK. I do love the Galil though. Oh man, Black Ops 1 Galil with a suppressor, one of the best sounding weapons of all time. The suppressor in BO1 was just great. Oh, and the gold camo. Yeah, definitely some of the best, man. Black Ops 1 did a lot of things right, and while the multiplayer in Zombies always receives so much praise, I don't think the campaign ever gets enough credit. I think the Black Ops 1 campaign is the best Call of Duty campaign ever made. Black Ops 2 was also great. Ghost was great. Advanced Warfare was great. Something they really never missed on was the campaigns. I haven't played a modern campaign from Call of Duty in probably 7 years. I think the last one I honestly played was, oh man, I can't even tell you. Maybe Black Ops 3? We've got about 60 bullets in our HK. So if this isn't a dog round, I think we will probably teleport out and get a max ammo. It's not a dog round, so I guess it is time to pack a punch. I love the pack a punch in this game. The fact that you get teleported to a safe haven that just gives you essentially 30 seconds to relax and look at all of the zombies. The only thing was that if you were playing co-op and you took the pack a punch without your teammates, they would all hate you for the rest of the game. I feel like taking the pack a punch alone was practically illegal. This was always the worst part about coming back. The train of zombies that instantly swarms you from the theater. And then you have to make your way through all of these tight spaces back to the stage, assuming that's where you want to be. You're honestly a madman if you want to be anywhere else on this map. I know people that used to camp in that little room that's behind this door on the stage over there. Oh my god, dude, that is some of the craziest gameplay I've ever seen. Honestly, I think it's a little wild that there's only 2 LMGs in Black Ops Zombies. I'm pretty sure there was 4, might have been even 5, but I think 4 LMGs in this game. And I'm really just not sure why they didn't put one of the other ones in. The other 2 LMGs were the Stoner and the M60, which both could have been super fitting into zombies. The Stoner was more so of an assault rifle that just had a lot of bullets, but the M60 was like a full-fledged LMG. I would say the M60 is the most LMG, if you get what I'm saying. We do need to try and get the RPK sometime soon. I might just go grab double tap on this dog round. We can hit the box one more time. I think we have a single dog somewhere on the map, and we got a teddy bear. Okay. Anyways, let's go get our double tap. I feel like this area right here is just the worst place on the map to be with an LMG. I mean, any other gun, sure, definitely doable, but with an LMG, oh no. Going on to Black Ops 2 after this, I know we will have a lot more LMGs that we can use, and I'm actually looking forward to a couple of them. I'm not too sure what map I'm gonna play yet. I'm a little torn between 2 different maps. I won't spoil anything right now, but I do think it is kind of funny that in Black Ops 2, they essentially just ripped the LMGs from BO1 and pasted them in that game. Because you have the hammer, which isn't really the same thing as the HK-21, but I honestly think it is pretty similar. And then you have the RPK, which is literally just the RPD. And then those are the only 2 LMGs that are in zombies on Black Ops 2, at least for the base game maps being transit in town. It looks like it's about that time. I think we're going to have to get the RPK here soon. We have 24,000 points. I think that's definitely more than enough to pull it from the mystery box. We'll probably see a few thunder guns and maybe even a ray gun by the time we get it, but that's just how it is. 2 crawlers left. I guess it's time to go devote my life savings to a magical box in the middle of some theater. We meet again. What do you got in store for us today? The RPK? Oh, the FAMAS. Solid weapon, especially in multiplayer. I think this was one of the most used guns in multiplayer. You unlocked it pretty early on. Oh, yep. Exactly what I said. We were going to see a couple of thunder guns, and that's all right. But unfortunately, we have to put him back in the box. As much as I want to take that, we just can't. Just don't show me a ray gun or I might get a little upset. You know, if we can't get an RPK by the time this box moves, I might just end this round, hope we get a max ammo, and move on. Oh, wait, we finally got the RPK. Wow, I don't know if I liked what I just did. I probably should have just done the mule kick method, man. You know, the worst thing that would have happened was I went down and I lost 1 gun. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like not being able to move. I feel like I'm more likely to die now that I got rid of my gun. I could technically buy an MPL off the wall and use that as a mobility weapon, but I feel like that's kind of cheating. You know, we spawned with the M1911 and we have to get an LMG, so there's not really much we can do. You know, hanging on to it isn't technically cheating, but buying a weapon, another weapon that's not an LMG, yeah, I would definitely not consider that as legit. Oh, this is gonna get tough from this point on. Not being able to move is not something I enjoy. Oh, dude. Rule of thumb, if you have an LMG, you always have to have a smaller mobility weapon. Usually the ray gun was a pretty great gun to pair with an LMG, but hey, at least we can see how good the RPK is going to be against the zombies now. It shoots incredibly fast. I know we have double tap, but I do not remember it being this fast, man. This is a little ridiculous. This was what I was saying earlier on about how it goes through ammo just so fast. And like, I know I have double tap, but even without double tap, oh man, you just go through bullets. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, dude, that was pretty good right there. My brain is on par today. We're not making dumb mistakes. At least not right now. Our World at War game was pretty scuffed, man. I should have just stayed on that catwalk and we would have been so golden. I'll definitely turn on the teleporter again, go pack a punch the RPK, and I think we should be able to just coast to 25. I know I said that with World at War, but this isn't World at War. I may actually have a chance here. We don't ever beat World at War around here. Alrighty, let's throw this in. What is this bad boy going to be? I don't remember the name. Okay, we got the R115 Resonator. The Pack-a-Punch camo in Black Ops 1 Zombies always just had this really creepy and eerie vibe to it. It's just not a pretty or like cool camo that pops out, but it's like super creepy, and I think it's really fitting to the map. But we made it to round 20. We got the dual LMG class setup. Honestly, for Black Ops 1, playing a map with stamina definitely could be a better play for this challenge, but hey, it's too late at this point. We just gotta make do with what we got. That big, this insane rapid fire RPK made it back to the stage in one piece. I really love doing these challenges because this is like the only way you can play old zombies nowadays. I mean, every game just goes the exact same. Get the thunder gun, trade on the stage, and, you know, go as far as you'd like. But when you're doing some nonsense like this, LMGs only, pistols only, you know, whatever you're doing, it honestly changes things up a lot. And I don't ever know if I'm going to survive, if I'm going to get trapped in a corner, or what's going to happen. A lot of the guns in these challenges are guns that I typically just would never use or bother upgrading in normal gameplay. Like maybe in 2010, I would have picked up an HK or an RPK and pack-a-punched it. And maybe even in today's day and age, if I was playing co-op, I would do the same thing. But if I was playing solo, I would probably just upgrade my Mustang and Sally's and try to get a thunder gun / ray gun as well. The rounds are going by super fast, and the damage of our guns are also falling off super fast. But we've got 2 more rounds to go, and as for Keto on Black Ops 1, it's definitely a core memory that I will hold very deep in my heart until the day I die. This was the very first zombies map that I ever played. I remember playing split screen with my brother when this game launched, and I had never played any zombies until Keto der Toten. And I just have a core memory of being in the MPL room and activating the fire trap and then dying. I don't know why that's the core memory, but that is what I remember. While I don't think Keto der Toten is the best map that's ever been made, I definitely do think it is one of the greater maps. And if you're making a tier list that involves being iconic as well as being a good map, you could definitely put this in A or S. I mean, who doesn't know about Keto der Toten? Even family members that I've never even seen play or touch any sort of Call of Duty, I've seen them play Keto der Toten. 5 as well. I feel like a lot of people have also played 5, which is kind of crazy because you had to beat the whole campaign or do that little, you know, get out of the chair, then type in the code. Really felt like I was some professional hacker doing that back in the day, but I guess millions of other people did as well because just about everybody had 5. Oh my god. That would have been a way to die. Round 23, near the end, and I just get stuck on that door. I seen the zombie coming from a distance, and I honestly just didn't want to risk it. Seeing how close we are to 25, dying right there would have been like the worst thing I could do. I just really do not want to be outside. Outside is always where my game ends. Especially since this gate right here is open, this is definitely not even a spot I would consider to train. But we've made it to round 24. This is our very last round for the LMG challenge. We've obtained both LMGs, pack-a-punched both LMGs, and besides the 2 nonsense downs we took early on, we've been coasting straight through this challenge. I can't say this is the hardest challenge in the world because LMGs are LMGs. Compared to like pistols or snipers or something, that would probably be a lot more difficult. But this definitely isn't as easy as some other weapon categories you could do. Both of these guns have fallen off a lot damage-wise. I mean, it is getting almost impossible to kill the zombies at this point. I feel like for Black Ops 1, round 30 is just where every gun just becomes unusable unless you're using the Mustang and Sally's, thunder gun, or ray gun. We're nearly out of ammo, but I think we should still have enough to pull this off. Maybe not. Wow. Okay, we need to be super careful. We have like 200 bullets maybe a total of 300 between both of our guns. Oh man, are the zombies still spawning? Oh, they are. This is rough, man. We need a nuke or an insta-kill like right now. We do have a total of like 51,000 points, so no matter what happens here, we'll be all right. I think we got lucky. It looks like we're near the end of the round, so we won't have to trade out our weapon 100 something times to get another one. But yeah, that's the LMG challenge on Black Ops 1 Zombies. We won very easily, honestly. But with that being said, let's move on to Black Ops 2 Zombies. On to Black Ops 2, and man, I really struggled between Origins and Buried for this challenge because Origins has the most LMGs out of any zombies map on BO2. But with Buried, you have the LSAT wall buy in the spawn room, which means you get to skip all box RNG and get an LMG and start the challenge immediately. And obviously it's a no-brainer to pick Buried because of that, but man, Origins does have an exclusive LMG that's only available on that map, and I would have loved to use that. But yeah, you really just can't beat this for the LMG only challenge. Pretty much every map on Black Ops 2 Zombies is a really good S or A tier map. That's including Transit and Die Rise, by the way. So you really cannot go wrong with picking Origins or Buried. The LSAT is just also overall a really good weapon in BO2. I mean, it just doesn't get much better than this LMG. And when you upgrade it, it only gets better because it's one of the only guns that has the target finder attachment. I believe there's some other guns that if you double pack a punch, it gets it, but I'm pretty sure on your first upgrade, this one will always get it. And it's really cool to use it in zombies. I wouldn't like it that much for a mobility kind of weapon like an SMG or even a smaller AR, but on an LMG where you're more than likely just camping somewhere, yeah, give me a target finder every time, bro. Buried is also just a super easy map to set up on. This map is the result of a perfect sandbox creation. I mean, seriously, what other map can you get an LSAT in the spawn room and then also fully open the map and then get 20,000 points on round 1? But not only that, you can obtain a ray gun Mark II from the mystery box, as well as a wonder weapon that makes you fly and has unlimited ammo. Yeah, this is just the easiest map in zombies history. And honestly, because of that, it's one of the best. There's a difference between a game being easy and a map being easy. If it's done right, it's very enjoyable, and that is exactly how I would describe Buried. We honestly don't need to stay in the spawn room for too long. We could probably leave right now, go get all of our perks, make sure we buy Quick Revive. I always forget about that when I drop down. With the chalk system here, we should be able to get about 6,000 points, I believe. We'll have to get Leroy as well, and then grab Jug, turn on the power, all of the good stuff that you normally do on your typical Buried game. I do want to pack-a-punch the LSAT as soon as possible because since it is a wall buy on this game, we will be able to rebuy ammo for it. I don't think it will be needed, but it still is nice that we will have the ability to do that. If you didn't know, you can actually use a trample steam to rebuy ammo for the LSAT. Honestly, I thought a lot of people knew that, but no, apparently not. Anyways, let's free Leroy. Let's get Jug. I should probably turn on the power as well. Let me go do that right now. I should also lock the box because I think I'm going to want to get the hammer. The LSAT is definitely going to be our main weapon for this run, but having a backup is never a bad idea. Anyways, let's get our best friend's favorite thing in the whole world. He might have a slight problem, but it's okay. We love him still. He's always very grateful to help us when we need it, so I'll always supply him with what he needs. Hopefully, oh my god. Are you serious? I knew I should have just done it closer, but it's okay. We'll get our points back on the next run. Let's get him to open this up for us. Come on, buddy. Free my Jug. I'll probably buy it at the end of the round. I'm always a little skeptical when it comes to Jug's corner, and having an LMG and then buying a perk, that just sounds like a bad time. Something about Buried that's always bothered me a little bit was the fact that there's no shield on this map. You know, it's really weird because shields got introduced into BO2, and it seems like they really liked implementing them into pretty much every map on this game. But for some reason, Buried just doesn't have a buildable shield, which is strange because this map has the most buildables. Well, not the most, but has a ton that you can build. I'm talking like 4 or 5 different buildables. It might actually be the most. Anyways, it's round 8. Let's go ahead, grab our jug. Let's hit the box a few times. I'll probably end up grabbing the candy, locking the box, feed our little addict friend up. Please? Ooh, a time bomb. Only items that classify as an LMG are allowed in our inventory. Honestly, I would allow a shield or any sort of buildable, because if you think about it, the shield is just a buildable, and if you're playing transit, you're gonna need to build the turbine and stuff like that, so you might as well. I'm gonna hit the box one more time, probably grab speed and head through the witch's house. Looks like we got a Barrett. I don't know who's taking that. So since we are doing LMGs only, and that also means we're not going to be able to get a paralyzer, we're going to have to open up the door to the witch's house. Usually I would just get the trample steam and go right over it, or even just fly right over it. But in today's challenge, that is just not a possibility. We really shouldn't be doing this because I don't think he needs it. But come on, buddy. He can go round after round with this stuff. I feel like buying speed before I go in there would be the right play, because if I have to reload, all of my points are probably just gone. That's another thing with Buried. The witch's house was such a great addition. It was so different and so unique, but it was honestly such a big threat. Like nowadays, after I've done it 500 to 1,000 something times, it's not that bad. But in the early days of Buried, the witch's house was one of the most terrifying experiences. Losing 20,000 points just because you entered the wrong house kind of sucked, man. Not to mention, if one of your teammates went in there, the witches would just randomly spawn and start attacking you for no reason. And when you're playing a public match, you're not really going to be aware that that dude with no mic is just soloing it through the witch's house. I don't know. I like the witch's house. I enjoy it. I personally think Buried is one of the maps that should have returned in a remaster, whether it was BO3 or BO4. Buried is probably like the top map that was never retouched. Mob and Origins were redone, Dries redone, all of that was redone at some point, but this map was never touched in any way, shape, or form, unless you want to count the blackout mode, which in that case it was in there, but that's about it. Oh no, we got touched. Going through here with an LMG isn't really the best thing you can do. Something like a Mark II is going to be the best gun you can have when doing the witch's house, or even a shotgun, I would say, is probably just a little bit better. I thought for sure we were going to make it through without getting touched, but we didn't. Oh, but we still got a perk. We got double tap. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't really want double tap. I was hoping to get vultures because now we have 4 perks, so we're not going to be able to buy vultures, which is kind of a bummer. Oh my god. We also have like no ammo in our LSAT. Wait, this is really bad. We're stuck in the maze with 200 something bullets. Can't really train here. Oh no. That witch might have griefed us. I think we're good here, but this could be really close. I'm just going to stay in here. Try to train them up. Try to maximize my points. I've never trained in this area, so hopefully this goes well. This seems pretty bad at the moment. I'm not even going to lie. The maze is not the most ideal spot to be ever. This is really the only spot in Buried that corners and just, you know, more difficult than the rest. There's also stamina up on this map. I didn't even consider that. That is definitely something I want. I don't remember what this thing is called upgraded. The F cert. Yeah, it does not ring any bells. But it looks like we have 700 total bullets, which is quite nice. This target finder is going to be beautiful in the jug camping spot. I feel like the LMGs in Black Ops 2 overall just weren't really too great. I mean, the LSAT is the only exception. Then if you want to count the MG from Origins, then sure. But the rest of the LMGs in BO2 honestly suck. I don't even think I'm crazy for saying that, and I think most people would agree with me, but the hammer is just awful. I believe when Black Ops 2 first released, the hammer had 0 recoil, and then they changed it, so now it has a ton of recoil. And when it had 0 recoil, it was extremely broken. You can still test it out if you're curious by playing an unupdated version of Black Ops 2 Zombies. I would still personally use the LSAT over any of those guns though, because look how much damage the LSAT does. That's just ridiculous. Hold on, we need to finish getting set up here. Let's grab our candy. Let's grab our friend. Let's lock down the box, because I don't know if I really want to build the trample steam to go buy ammo unless it's absolute last resort. I mean, that's going to take so long to do that. If we have 2 LMGs, we should be perfectly fine. Oh no, I didn't think about this. I should not be in this corner with Leroy coming. Oh my god. I need you to slam this into the ground. Please do it for me. Thank you. He's such a nice guy. He'll always do whatever you need him to do. That's what I would consider a reliable guy. There it is. We always get the wonder weapon before we even get an LMG. I would love to take it, but we can't. It's so heartbreaking just watching it go slowly back down into the mystery box, knowing I cannot grab it, but I just want it so bad. If we were ranking every single LMG in all of the Black Ops zombie games, I would say the LSAT is number 2. I don't think it's quite number 1, even though it is extremely strong, very overpowered, tons of ammo, and just great in every aspect. The Dingo just holds a place in my heart, and it's hard to beat the Dingo because it was such a good weapon in multiplayer as well. Not that the LSAT wasn't, but the amount of nukes I dropped with the Dingo is just unbelievable. That and the Man of War were just my go-to weapons for Black Ops 3. Funny enough, my first ever nuke, well, I died on 29. My first ever huge kill streak was with the LSAT. Just unlocked a memory that I completely forgot about. I feel like when you drop your first nuke, you never forget the weapon that you used when you did it. You just can't. It's like a friend that you'll never forget. Hopefully we can pull another LMG sometime soon. It's honestly just giving us pure troll weapons. I mean, I seen a war machine, we got a paralyzer, an RPG. I don't know who the box thinks I am, but this is not the kind of weapons I like to use. I'm genuinely just curious, but is there any camping spot that's more iconic than the buried Jugs Quarter? The only one I would say that's more iconic is the catwalk. But besides that, what would be as iconic, if not even more iconic than this camping spot? Because I feel like those two maps are the only real zombie maps that just have insane overpowered camping spots. If you throw down a couple of trample steams and even some turbines and then get the other buildable that's on this map, you can make for a crazy round 50 run just sitting in this corner. It's unbelievable, man. If you really wanted to grind out shotguns on Black Ops 2 zombies, this is the map to play. Start the game, throw some chalks down on the walls, and just sit in this corner with an SVU till 15. Restart your game, and then boom. Eventually, you'll get the shotguns. I feel like a long time ago, back in 2012 to like maybe 2016, gaming was just a lot different overall. Probably before the Fortnite era, I would say. And back then, level is what mattered. Nobody cared how good you were at the game. It was just if you had a level or a rank. I don't even understand why that's all we cared about back then, because obviously you should care more about a player's skill. If some guy buys a modded account and he's max rank, he's not going to be the best player in the world. But in my head back then, if I was Prestige Master and had diamond camos, everybody was going to think I was so cool. I hope one day the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 consoles get remastered. That would be great. They don't even have to get remastered. Just give us a PC with insane specs, but with the Xbox 360 and PS3 launch screen. All we need in life right there. I think at this point in my gaming career, I honestly want to expand my entire setup. Like, I want to redo my entire room. I want to get another desk, another PC, just another one of everything. My PC has been on every day for like the last 4 years. And if you're not familiar with PCs, that is just not good. I paid a lot for this PC when it came out. At the time, it was practically the best thing you could buy at the time. Maybe there was one tier above it, but it definitely wasn't a cheap PC. And it still is very powerful, but nowhere near what it was when I got it. Also, when I moved, I didn't bother setting up my 360, my PS3, or even customizing my setup like at all. I just plugged in my stuff and just played games, which after a while, it starts to feel very dead. I would like to at least just get another desk and another PC and just see how it goes. Maybe some lights somewhere, because I've got all of these windows blacked out completely. I don't know about you guys, but sunlight is great to an extent. When I'm playing games for a long time, I can't just have sun blaring at me. I like it sometimes on occasion. It definitely lightens the mood, but when you're playing a game for like 10 hours straight, which in this case, that's exactly what we're doing, I just can't stand it, bro. I'm still very surprised we haven't pulled another LMG from the mystery box yet, and it doesn't seem like we're going to anytime soon. I've been hitting it at least once or twice between each round transition, and I've just seen nothing but RPGs and war machines every time. All we can do is just keep trying and hopefully get something. Box RNG is box RNG, and more than likely, this is just what we're gonna get every time. This Black Ops 2 buried game is going by extremely fast, and part of the reason is because of how we are playing with the camping spot, but we are at 32 minutes on round 22. Our Black Ops 1 game took about an hour to get to 25. I know I'm playing like a complete bot just sitting in this corner, but honestly, what else can you really do? Running around and running a train on buried with an LSAT is just not gonna end well. We're practically fully set up unless I want to go through the witch's house and grab the extra perks, which I don't think that is something I want to do at the moment because we're not really missing anything that we need. Yeah, Vulturator Stam would be nice, but is it needed? I mean, look how I am playing, man. I'm playing like a 55-year-old dad playing on a box TV in the living room at midnight. For some reason, a lot of people believe that you can get the Mark II without buried on Black Ops 2, which is kind of weird, and I don't really understand why people believe that. But thinking about it just now, I remembered on launch, they actually made the Mark II accessible for 24 hours or like a week before buried dropped. And I think a lot of people remember that wrong and just think that you can get the Mark II without DLC, which is probably why people believe that myth. But even if that's not true, I still do wonder what the actual reason is, because there's got to be more of a reason than just that. Maybe if you're playing with somebody that owns it, it could possibly unlock it for the other players. I know with the original Doom, when they remastered that for the Xbox, if somebody in your party had the DLC, all the players in your game got to play it, which was honestly quite nice, but that was the first time I ever heard of a game even doing that. So I highly doubt Black Ops 2 had that feature. And surprisingly, we are still only pulling the worst weapons in the game. I think part of the reason for that is because we have not gotten the Teddy Bear perma perk, which increases your luck. So we are just rolling the absolute worst guns in the game. But we've made it to round 24. The Black Ops 2 LMG challenge has not been bad at all. It could be a little worse if you don't camp in a corner, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're doing an LMG challenge, so what else do you do? Because I know for a fact nobody here runs around with an LMG trading zombies. That is just not how you play with an LMG, but I could be wrong. I would like to at least get another LMG before we end this off. I've been crunching the LSAT just so hard this entire run. I need to be extremely cautious with my ammo. We have like 150 bullets left. I would rather not have to build the trample steam, unlock the portal, and do all of that. Let's try to be extremely careful. I mean, even at the end of the day, if it came down to that, we would not have to do that. I have 70,000 points. I didn't even realize I had 70,000 points. God, we've been farming, huh? One of the best features on this map was also the bank, because it was just so easy to get points. And then being able to throw all of those points in the bank to go use on a harder map like Transit or Die Rise, it just felt so rewarding. Like, it felt like my round 25 game here wasn't a complete waste of time. I felt so accomplished and just good about myself pulling out 50,000 points on round 1 on Die Rise in a public game. I always thought people would think I was hacking and just some, you know, pro Black Ops 2 zombies player. But anyways, we made it to round 25. That is the Black Ops 2 LMG challenge done. And with that being said, it is time to move on to not Black Ops 3, but I am excited for this one. Advanced Warfare is such a fun game to come back to. Each and every time we play this, I enjoy it. Now, something that is really weird about Advanced Warfare, and I think only Advanced Warfare, is the fact that LMGs are no longer classified as light machine guns in this game. For whatever reason, they decided to merge the light machine guns into a new category called heavy weapons, and in this category, they threw in laser weapons. Now, what's really weird is this is the only category they did this with. The laser ARs, the laser shotguns in this game, they just threw those into the AR and shotgun categories. But with the LMGs, they decided to just fully rebrand that class into the heavy weapons. And another thing about the heavy weapons in this game is the laser weapons are really strange, okay? So specifically the EM1, which is considered an LMG in this game, on multiplayer and campaign, it has infinite ammo. and in campaign, it's pretty strong. In multiplayer, it's all right, but in zombies, it is just a god-awful weapon, and guess what? It also just doesn't have infinite ammo. I don't know why they decided to just completely nerf that gun into the ground for zombies. I guess having an infinite ammo, high DPS weapon would have been extremely overpowered, but at the same time, the EM1 does not do good damage in zombies, and unfortunately, all of the LMG slash heavy weapons are inside of the mystery box in this game. They are not a wall buy on any of the maps, and oh my god, we just got an LMG on the first roll. This one looks super familiar. I feel like this was an LMG they brung back from MW2, maybe even MW3, I'm not sure. Definitely doesn't fit the Advanced Warfare futuristic theme that they have going on, but hopefully it is not bad and we can hold off well with this. I was honestly really surprised to pull that on my very first box hit because that was extremely lucky. I was kind of yapping on and trying to finish my sentence. I did not expect that to happen. Usually it takes like 5 to 10 hits when we do these challenges on AW. Sometimes it can be very difficult and I'll end up dying before I even get the weapon, but no, literally the first spin. I can't even remember the last time I've genuinely just used an LMG on AW. I've always ran the S12 shotgun or maybe even an AR. Not really a big fan of using an LMG in a movement game. You know, this whole game is focused around movement and exo movement, but using an LMG, that just slows you down so much. But let's go ahead, let's grab our exo suit. I'm going to try and get fully set up. Getting that LMG on literally the first box roll was so extremely good for this run because we're going to be able to buy perks, get fully set up. Like, I'm gonna grab exo reload right off the rip. I'm gonna try and stay on par with this gun and just make sure I keep it upgraded as high as possible as we go through the rounds. We can spin the box and try to get another LMG, but keeping this gun's DPS as high as possible is going to be very important for this run. We also need to grab exo health at some point, but we might as well just spin the box again because you never know. Isn't that the wonder weapon? Oh my god, we just rolled the wonder weapon on our second hit. Oh man, that sucks. That wonder weapon is really cool and fun to use. I haven't used it in like 5, maybe even 10 years. Oh, I'm sad. I'm so sad. Advanced Warfare does have a ton of cool heavy weapons in this game. I hate that we have to call them heavy weapons, but that's what they are. I really wanted to play Carrier for this challenge because that map does have an exclusive LMG and it is one of the best LMGs in this game. Now, unfortunately, when I tried to play Carrier, my game just kept crashing, so we couldn't quite do it, but it's okay. It looks like we're getting through this map pretty well so far, and we got an LMG on our first box hit, so this is just going perfectly. Now, if you're familiar with Advanced Warfare and you know what heavy weapons are in this game, you may remember the dual-wield LMGs. Yes, that is a real thing. Now, unfortunately, it is not in zombies. Trust me, I checked. But in the multiplayer campaign and even the exo survival, you can get an LMG that has a dual LMG attachment. So you literally have 2 death machines, and it's unreal. But like I said, it's not in zombies, so it's not even something we need to worry about at all. I'm kind of just trying to hold down this hallway until I know what I want to do with my points. I'm not quite sure if I want to upgrade my weapon yet or if I want to hit the box, grab some perks. I'm not too sure. I'm honestly just trying to see how far my ammo takes me and how much damage this gun is doing, because if this gun is struggling to kill zombies on round 8, it's going to struggle even more in the next 5 rounds. The pack-a-punch system in this game is really good for these kind of challenges because it essentially grants us infinite ammo until we can beat this challenge. Since there is a total of 20 upgrades and it refills our ammo each and every time, it's just perfect when it comes to these challenges. We have 10k points, so I'm gonna hit the box. Maybe we can get an LMG, you never know. I think that's the laser AR. Yeah, that is what that is. I'm pretty sure it's a burst. It's been a long time. This may be really bad. We need to pack a punch ASAP, and I also need to open this door. This room is very important, and this pack a punch right there is also very important. We should just be able to hold down this hallway and kill all of the infected and get through this round without getting infected. That would be the most ideal thing to happen right now. If you've ever played Outbreak, you know about this camping spot and just how OP it is. These infection rounds are no joke. They can honestly end your game so quick, and you have to be prepared on each and every one. I think a total of like 40 to 50 infected zombies spawn each time. They are also really fast and like to dodge like all of your bullets. I feel like this LMG really is not that good. It's pretty average on damage. Feels like it runs out of ammo super quick, and it also shoots extremely slow. I don't actually know what other LMGs are inside of the 3D printer on this game. I know all of the LMGs that are in the game, but I don't actually know what's available. And that right there is an LMG. Okay, the EM1. This is what I was talking about. So this obviously is not an LMG. Like, this is not a light machine gun, but it is in the same class as LMGs in this game. Now, I don't know if I really want to use this thing. I don't know if this is considered cheating, but this gun is just god awful, so we're not going to use it anyways. Let me just show you the DPS on this gun. Yeah, this is how long it takes to kill one zombie. It's strong in the other game modes, but in here, definitely not worth using. I know there is another pretty decent LMG in the box, and I really want to try and get that one because I think that'll be the best thing we can get. But we do need to buy exo health, so let's turn on the power and go grab that. Pretty much the jug of this game. I really don't know what they were thinking by merging the EM1 and the LMGs into a class together. And I also just do not know what they were thinking with making this gun as awful as it is. I'm taking this to Mark IV. We got a red dot sight. That actually could be huge. I'm really curious how much the damage increases on each upgrade from the pack-a-punch machine. I don't think it's high at all, if any, really. I feel like all you do is get more camos and more damage. We might have to buy this store. Wait, this is really bad. Oh, we're buying this store. Dude, that sucks so bad. Round 12, and we already bought the door, so we can no longer use this camping spot. Oh, man, this is going to be a tough challenge. I didn't think the LMGs were going to be this bad. We really need to try and roll another LMG because this Pytech is just not good at all. I don't actually know what the play is. I was honestly really relying on that camping spot that we can no longer use. The difficulty for this challenge is definitely going to ramp up a lot. Not having that camping spot sucks so bad because there is no other good camping spot, or at least as good as that one was on this map. And trading on this game gets pretty awful with the electric zombies that disable your exosuit, the toxic zombies that'll just kill you instantly, and not to mention the fact that we're doing an LMG challenge, so our movement is just really scuffed right now. Something nobody really talks about with Advanced Warfare is how good the story was on this game. I think it is one of the most underrated stories of all time. The campaign on this game was spectacular, but not only that, the exo zombie storyline was so good. There were so many unexpected twists. When this game came out and I was watching all of those story videos, I never got to buy all of the DLCs and play them when this game launched, but I did keep up with the story, and the story was just incredible. I can't quite remember if it ended on a cliffhanger or a part 2, or if it ended with the full completion by the end of DLC 4. It's been a long time, and I've also just never done any of the Easter eggs on this map besides the main one. That is something that I would really like to do, but man, there's still so many Easter eggs in Zombies history that I just have never even attempted. All of the AW ones, I haven't done most of the World War II ones. I'm honestly still missing a few of the BO3 ones as well. This might be one of the hardest round 15s I've ever played. Usually when you're doing the LMG challenge, it's just a straight walk in the park, but man, this LMG is just not the greatest. I know, I have it on Mark IV. I need to upgrade it a few times and get some attachments, but even with the upgrades, it really just is not that great. I know the play here really should be just overpowering the one that I have now, but I would love to just try and get another LMG. Is that the wonder weapon again? Oh my god, bro. Are you serious? You know what? Maybe the play is we just keep this one and keep upgrading it, because what do we do if we realistically get another LMG? We won't have enough points to upgrade it, and it's going to do no damage. Now that I'm thinking about it, that was a huge problem with this game. If you wanted another weapon, you really couldn't, because at round 25, when you go to swap out your weapon, it's not going to be a Mark 17 upgrade like the one that you have in your hand. And that Mark 17 upgrade that you got costed you probably 20,000 points, if not more, to reach. Oh, we're definitely doing a lot more damage now, though. The upgrades was definitely a good idea. I don't remember how many hits it is to take it down on this game. I think it is 4, maybe even 5. A lot of new stuff was introduced into Black Ops 2 Zombies, the game that launched right before AW, and then in AW, a lot of things that were introduced lost in BO2 just do not exist. Buildables wasn't even implemented into this game. There is no right shield in this game, no way to build a right shield. I don't think you can get one from the mystery box. Just a lot of small things like that are completely missing from this game. Maybe they didn't think about it, or maybe it was too new at the time, because when Sledgehammer got the chance to create World War II zombies, they definitely thought about that and, you know, added a lot of stuff. World War II zombies was a huge upgrade over AW. One of my favorite features in AW was the care package system that they did implement. It was unique to this game, but it's not the first time that we saw something like this. This pretty much is a direct copy and paste of what they did in MW3 Spec Ops. Pretty sure they also did it in Exo Survival. Care packages falling from the sky is just nothing new. But for zombies, yeah, it was. I don't even think we have taken a singular down yet. This has been the most flawless run yet, surprisingly. I don't know what our completion rate is for AW, but I feel like it's not a game that we typically do too great on when we play it. We have a crawler, so we do have some time to go hit the box. I think I might go ahead and do that. Alrighty, let's see here. Ooh, not quite what we're looking for. This care package in particular, the camouflage, was so helpful when you were playing co-op. I mean, it was pretty much an on-command zombies blood. Oh, and it looks like we got another LMG. I'm getting really good with the timing today. We got the Melee. Oh yeah, this one looks solid. Like I said earlier, it might not even be worth using it because it's just going to be overpowered since we have 8 total upgrades on this LMG already, which kind of sucks. I'll try it out a little bit. It can't be that bad. As of right now, I'm just going to keep this one on par. Oh no, we have an infection round. This is bad. Our camping spot has been breached. Can't use it. We're definitely going to get infected here. It's pretty hard to go through this round without getting touched. I mean, they spawn at literally every single window and they move just so fast. I'm glad these guys never returned in any zombies game because, dude, they are a pain. Definitely one of my least favorite special enemies in zombies history. Makes the game feel a lot like Left 4 Dead. Not to mention the fact that the model for the infected zombies also looks like something straight out of Left 4 Dead. I wonder what the high ground strategy is to deal with these guys. Probably the wonder weapon or grenades, maybe even the drones. I don't know. There's a lot of ways to counter it in this game, but unfortunately we're doing an LMG challenge, so we can't use anything but LMGs. We're still mowing them down. We're still getting through the round. We got infected once, unfortunately, but we did make it through. I'm gonna throw this LMG onto Mark 12. We should get another attachment. Not quite sure what we're going to get, if anything. I don't remember if 20 or 25 is the max upgrade for AW, but hopefully we can get the max upgrade before we finish off this game. I do want to try this other LMG, but I'm scared that it won't be able to kill anything. Wow, this is really bad. Okay, not even worth using. I mean, it's Unpack-a-Punch, obviously, but holy, that is just bad. Playing this map on co-op was always just so awful because there is only 2 spots to train on this entire map, maybe 3 if you're like really good at the game. And when you had a full 4-player co-op game, there was always going to be 1 or 2 people in your training area, and dude, it just made it so rough. Like, yeah, I liked the challenge, but when you were actually just trying to chill and just take a break for a second, oh, it sucked because the zombies just never stopped spawning and swarming you. Let's throw this to 15, man. I'm gonna start speed running through these upgrades. I want to try and get to the max before we finish this off. And wow, this camo is sick, dude. What is that? Like lightning bolts? We're on 20. We made it to 20. We only got 5 more rounds to go. I think it's completely doable. Luckily, on this map, there is no boss zombie. The boss zombies on the other maps in this game are just terrifying, bro. They are really hard to deal with, especially when you're using a garbage gun like this. Not that it's terrible, but you know, you really need the wonder weapons for these older zombie games. I wonder if there's Deadshot on this map. Some extra headshot damage would be great right about now. It was so weird when Advanced Warfare launched because Exo Zombies didn't actually launch with the game. We first received Exo Survival, which, you know, with the Infinity Ward games, we would typically just get a survival mode instead of zombies. That was Infinity Ward's thing. And even though Sledgehammer developed this game, when I seen that we were getting Exo Survival on launch, I just figured we weren't getting zombies. But when DLC 1 came around and they announced Exo Zombies, dude, it was crazy. All of the hype that was surrounding this game was just insane. I could be wrong, but I do believe that the ending to Exo Survival actually was a lead up to Exo Zombies. Like the very last cutscene for Exo Survival, I think we were flying over this map. I don't quite remember. It's all foggy. It's been 12 something years since this game came out. I'm surprised I even remember as much as I do for how long ago I learned this information. Ammo is just not something you have to worry about when it comes to this game. The upgrades upgrade station will always take care of you. I feel like it really shouldn't have refilled all of your ammo, but yet again, I also feel like the upgrade station shouldn't have worked how it does. I don't know. They definitely could have designed it better. As for the LMGs on Advanced Warfare, I don't think I'm really a big fan of any of the ones that are in zombies. This game has some really crazy LMGs. One of the best ones is exclusive to Carrier, and the dual wield miniguns sadly just are not in zombies. Would have been really cool. They should have at least put those into DLC 4, but I guess they just were not feeling it. No idea why the EM1 is even an LMG. That gun is god awful. But let's see if we can get to 19 here. Another thing with Advanced Warfare was the mastery camos were just so bad in this game. I don't mean to be a hater, but AW definitely had some of the worst mastery camos, if not the worst we have ever seen. The gold on this game was a huge downgrade over BO1 and 2. And not only that, but the diamond camo on this game was just god awful. The royalty camo or whatever. I think that's what we'll get when we take this to Mark 20. Let's not do that just yet, because listen, if we run out of ammo again, we're going to have to upgrade, and I'm pretty sure 20 is the max number of upgrades you can do. So if I went to Mark 20 right now, I would pretty much just be griefing this challenge for absolutely no reason. Oh no. Oh no, we might die. Oh, I do not like holding an LMG. I move so slow, man. Our damage is not good at all. This is really bad. I feel like this is definitely a harder game for the LMG challenge. This whole zombies game is movement based, and we're using the slowest movement weapon. So when our exosuit gets taken offline by the electric zombies, oh dude, it's so scuffed. This might be it right here. We need to get out of here. We're on 23. I don't want to die this close to the end. We're getting low on ammo. I want to try and get through this round with the rest of our remaining ammo. If we go down, I think that's game over, because we won't have enough points to upgrade our weapon for ammo, because we'll have to rebuy all of our perks. This could be really bad. This is going to be close. Oh no. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. No, 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 please. We still have this gun. It's not doing much, but it's doing something. It's killing them, surprisingly. We've got 17k points to spare. We can definitely upgrade it a few times, and I think we'll be able to get through our last remaining round. First, let's upgrade this one, because that's just needed. Oh man, I forgot the little fireworks go off once you get to Mark 20. I wish we could have got a better look at that, but I was struggling with those few crawlers we had. Let's take this thing as far as we can. Mark 6 is what we got to, and it looks like we got a thermal sight. Oh my god, bro. Let me just say, thank god we didn't get this gun early on, because this would have been the absolute worst thing to get. A slow LMG with a thermal sight. Wow, that would have completely griefed this run. This is our last round. We need to be super smart with all of our ammo in this LMG, and I think we can get through this round. As long as I don't die. If I die one time, that might actually be game over. The zombie spawns in this game are just absolutely ridiculous. If you have your back turned for even a millisecond, they will spawn directly behind you and body block whatever doorway you're trying to enter. I think we got AW in the bag. I think we're going to be able to complete this one. We've resorted to our other LMG, but these are the last two zombies. I do believe. No, there's a few more. This right here should be it, and that should take us to 25. I think we're good. I think we've done it. I think we have beat Advanced Warfare Exo Zombies LMG only challenge. Yes, I got an achievement. Survive until round 25 in Outbreak. I've never done that on PC. I'm really happy. That was a really good run. Things definitely could have been a lot worse, but with all of that being said, it is time to move on to Black Ops 3. When do we ever play the Risendrach for a Black Ops 3 challenge? I honestly feel like this map is a map that I don't ever want to play if we're not using the bows. I genuinely just don't think I have ever played the Risendrach without obtaining a bow. There's really no special reason as to why I picked this map, because every map on Black Ops 3 has the same exact weapons, unless you want to include the Zombie Chronicle maps, which we just are not doing those for a challenge. But the wall weapons are all going to be the same map to map, as well as the box weapons for the most part, excluding some DLC weapons, and then of course also the wonder weapons. Black Ops 3 also 100% has the best LMG in any zombies game. The Dingo is just unbeatable. I mean, the Dredge and the Gorgon are great too, but the Dingo, oh my god, speak it into existence, bro. Hold on, this isn't pre-recorded, I promise. I wouldn't have minded having to hit the box a couple times and waste a few thousand points, because it's Black Ops 3. It's a no big deal. But getting a dingo on the very first roll, unbelievable. The dingo is just the best box weapon you can possibly pull on Black Ops 3. Unless it is a map specific wonder weapon, I would honestly even take this over a normal ray gun 95% of the time. It's such a high DPS weapon with a good ammo count, a fast fire rate. Even in the multiplayer, I have dropped many nukes with this gun just because it's that good. Like, this weapon is probably 2 to 3 times better than every other LMG in this game. And the other LMGs are good. I'm not saying they are not good, but the dingo is just unbelievable. I know I'm hyping it up like crazy, but when I tell you this is like one of my favorite weapons of all time, it really is. I think we should be good for this challenge. Really, the only thing we have to worry about coming up is going to be the Panzer, and Pack-a-Punch Dingo is definitely more than capable of killing the Panzer in a significant time frame. It's not like he's going to be running me across the entire map with his flamethrower, chasing me until I die like we're in a game of tag. Something that they absolutely nailed in Black Ops 3 was the level up sound effect. That is a sound that I will never forget. That is the most perfect sound effect ever. Back when I was grinding this game for Prestige Master, every time I heard that sound effect, it just gave me an instant dopamine rush every time. I know some of the older Modern Warfare games had some really good sound effects when it comes to leveling up, but it's really hard to top the BO3 zombies. I don't know what game has the best icons. That is something that I've been trying to figure out for many years, because a lot of the older MW games, you know, the prestige icons are great, and BO2, BO3, you know, also had some good ones. IW had some good ones, World War II as well. But when it comes down to putting the prestige icons in a tier list, it gets really hard, man, because there's a lot of Prestige Master icons that you just absolutely cannot go wrong with. Back in the day, I used to be a big fan of the BO2 Master Prestige icon, just like everybody else. But over time, I honestly outgrew it. And I think nowadays, I'm more of a fan of the World War II Prestige Master or the Call of Duty Ghost Prestige Master. That one is truly one of the best icons. The MW2, or maybe it was MW3 Moab Nuke one, was also really sick. Older Call of Duty games used to nail the Prestige Master icon. I'm sure the designers for that artwork got paid top dollar because those icons are just beautiful. May I say, we are absolutely flying through the rounds right now. Like, we are already on round 9 in just about 10 minutes. I guess that's what happens when you get a great box weapon on your first pull. We need to probably go Pack-a-Punch, maybe? I don't know. Probably, yeah. That's gonna be the best play here. Let's just go ahead and do it, get it over with, and then we can start spitting for another LMG. 100% we are going to run out of ammo at some point, so we're definitely going to have to get a BRM or a Gorgon. I think ideally a BRM would be my second LMG. I'm not a fan of the Dredge, and the Gorgon is just super slow. It's high damage, it's not bad. It's a good camping weapon, but like running around with it, nah, it's just not too doable for me. One thing I really like about Black Ops 3 is the fact that there's just no bad weapons in this game. And like, yeah, obviously you could disagree with that and suggest something like the Pharaoh SMG, and that's definitely understandable. It's one of the more weaker weapons in this game, but it's also a wall buy for like 750 points on Zetsubo. It's a super fast mobility weapon as well. It's not a terrible gun, but is it as strong as something like a Dingo or a Wonder Weapon? Definitely not. You know, every gun's not going to be the same damage-wise, ammo-wise, or anything at all. They're all going to be different. But with Black Ops 2, you had weapons that you would just hate getting from the box. Like, it would genuinely just ruin the vibes for the game you're playing completely. If you pulled the War Machine, the SMR, I'd even say an RPG was up there. There was bad guns in the BO2 box, as well as the BO1. Getting a Law, a G11, you know, not terrible, but definitely not something I wanted. The China Lake for sure was god awful. Depending on the player you were, a ballistic knife could be pretty bad. I do like the ballistic knife though. I need to finish hooking up my PS3. For some reason, hooking up the PlayStation 3 to record on Elgato is just a god awful experience, because unlike the Xbox 360, you need multiple things and you have to go through multiple different loops to get the DLC on PS3. It costed me a couple $100 to get my 360 hooked up and, you know, get my Elgato set up, but we will get there eventually, and I'll eventually be able to get back on the last gen version of BO3. It looks like we got a BRM as our second weapon too. That is quite nice. The box pulls have been legendary today. Let me tell you that. I don't think in any challenge we've ever done, we've had this good of luck. I really wish with Black Ops 3, they expanded on LTM game modes. You know, in Black Ops 2, we had grief and turn, so clearly it was doable for the developers. But for some reason in BO3, they decided not to make any additional or extra game modes. That honestly would have just added so much replayability that we did not get, unfortunately. Also, it looks like the Panzer's here. Don't know where he's at. I did buy stamina up because we're going to need that. Oh, Mr. Panzer. I hear him. Oh my God, he's right there. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh my God. No, 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 no. Woo! You know what? Let's just sit on this staircase. The dingo will take care of all of these zombies, and hopefully when that Panzer comes, I can kill him quick enough. Why is he flanking me? Wait, what? Oh no, this is really bad. I do not want to open this door, by the way. Please. Okay. When we get to the round 18 or the round 20-ish Panzer, this is going to be pretty bad because that was already pretty rough. And the dingo is going to be our strongest weapon for sure. Oh, I did not like that. Wow, we need double tap. Maybe Stam wasn't the play, man. Speed is 100% necessary though. I want double tap, but dude, I can't do without speed on an LMG challenge. I don't know what the play is. I'm thinking maybe the quick revive room. That was one of the best camping spots. I know up here is really good as well. That's why I didn't want to buy this door. I'm thinking as long as we don't buy this door, we should be able to just sit like right here. Maybe not. If you sit right here, all of the zombies that spawn at that window will just come down the stairs. This is a really bad spot though. I don't like this. This is only good with like a bow or something. How's the BRM holding up? Unpack-a-punch, that's pretty solid. I do definitely want to pack-a-punch the BRM sometime soon. I'll probably wait until the pack moves up here. I don't want to go back to the rocket launch pad. I feel like that's just a waste of time. We don't really need to upgrade this at the moment, so we can hold off. Oh, look, it's right there. Works out perfectly for us. Let's throw that thing in. We got the Blight Oblivion. We got the green camo as well. The green pack-a-punch camo is definitely cool. I'm not sure which one I like the best. We're getting to 14. I think at this point, it's probably our safest bet to just hold in the quick revive room, because at least with this room you have an instant escape if you need it. If you go down, quick revive's also right there, and everything comes from a straight walkway, so it is pretty easy to line up headshots here. It's not the most overpowered or best camping spot in the world, but it's definitely something that's doable and probably, like I said, our safest option. I saw something really cool on Facebook yesterday, and it's the fact that Xbox is actually making a limited edition translucent green Series X console. And like, that might sound like some basic limited edition console, but if you know the history of Xboxes, you would know that the first ever, or at least one of the very first limited edition consoles, was a translucent green Xbox. So I'm pretty sure they're just celebrating 25 years by remastering a limited edition, which is actually really cool. Maybe one day we'll see the MW3 360 remastered. Speaking of Xbox, I also saw that they are releasing a brand new Gears of War called Gears of War E-Day, and I am so excited. Now, unfortunately, it was going to be on PS5, which is kind of crazy to think about since Gears of War has been on Xbox as an exclusive for probably 20 something years now. But it was completely finished for PS5. It was done and ready to be released, and then they just pulled it. So now it's an Xbox exclusive again, which I'm not complaining. I got both consoles, but for people with PS5s, they're really going to miss out, which honestly sucks, man, because Gears of War is one of the best games that's ever been created. At least the original ones. I haven't really played the new ones in recent years, but man, the Gears of War campaign, the first 3 were some of the most peak games I've ever played. Oh no, we have a Panzer, and it's a dog round. Oh, this sucks, dude. This is so scuffed. Listen, I do not want to buy this door. I'm not moving. I will go down. I will go down. Oh my, that was sketch. That is the true meaning of being a man, standing your ground. I would have taken the down right in that corner had he not died. I was not moving or buying that door. But we did get 2 max ammo, so it's kind of weird. I guess we're able to reload our dingo and then grab another one. It's so weird sitting here without the lightning bow. I don't think I have ever sat in this corner without a bow. I mean, maybe an MR6, but a bullet weapon? Nah, this is just crazy. It's round 20. I figure we're probably going to get through this Black Ops 3 challenge completely flawless. At least I hope. I would expect to, since since we had a very good start. I mean, pulling the dingo on our very first box hit was just a true blessing. And then we got the BRM on like our third or fourth hit, which is just unreal. And then we've gotten like 3 max ammos in the last round. I don't even know what's happening right now. The next few games we have coming up are going to be a little weird because I'm not too familiar with the LMGs on the next 3 games. Actually, after Black Ops 3, I probably stopped using LMGs, so I'm not really familiar with any of them. Most of those games for me were Wonder Weapon run and guns, so I never really just sat in a corner like we are right now. It is round 21, and we have not even completed a single dragon. I've never played the Rise and Rock like this in my life. I mean, even if you're a noob at this map, you would at least have the normal bow by now. Usually by round 9 or even 10, you would have the lightning bow. It does not take that long to get a bow at all on this map, or upgrading it, I should say. I feel like the origin staffs are definitely harder to do than the Rise and Rock bows. I feel like with zombies, all you have to do is make a map that is blue, like snow themed, blue sky, and then just throw 4 elemental wonder weapons on it, and boom, you have an S tier zombies map. We haven't even touched this dragon. This guy is still a stone on the wall, bro. Round 22, and bro is not even alive yet. Let's at least awaken him. That just feels wrong letting that guy sleep all day. I guess we can try out this spot a little bit. I do like to move around. I don't want to sit in the quick revive tunnel all day. This isn't the best spot in the world. I'm kind of getting overrun right about now, but we're at least not getting hit or dying, so that's good at least. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, it didn't tell me it was out of ammo. My plan right there was to keep shooting until I ran out of ammo. But for whatever reason, when my dingo got low, my character didn't say anything. No text popped up on my screen. Literally nothing happened. Nothing indicating I was getting low. Just gonna do a full unnecessary loop around the map once again. We're risking absolutely nothing this close to the end. Let's grab our double tap. Trading out stam for double tap this late on is kind of crazy. I don't even need it, honestly. I mean, stam still would have been great. At this point, we might as well change things up a little bit. We've been getting really lucky with our max ammo drops, so double tap isn't going to be too big of a deal. I'm really hoping we can complete this challenge without getting another panzer. We're on 23. We only need to go 1 more round, so as long as there's no panzer on 24, we should be good. It's definitely possible there is a round 24 panzer, and in that case, I'll probably buy this door. I'm really hoping that isn't what happens, because that's worst case scenario. But LMGs in this game really do hold their own, and they are some spectacular weapons, probably the best class that you can get in BO3 aside from the wonder weapons. It really just depends on your playstyle, but yet again, you can run and gun perfectly fine with the dingo. And we did get around 24 panzer. Are you serious, dude? I really don't want to buy this door, but I might have to. I have to. Oh, that sucks, man. We got him. It's all that matters. We got the panzer. All of our camping spots are cooked. The staircase, gone. Quick revive, donezo. I mean, we just have to survive this off pure trading skill at this point. Kind of wish I didn't get rid of my stam, but we should be good. Where else can you go on this map? A lot of the camping spots just revolve around doors not being purchased. Maybe this one here. Yeah, this one right here is good. Probably the only one that we have left, honestly. This is good for bow camping, not for gun camping. Oh, 100% not. You see how they're coming from the left? There's ways to make it so they don't do that, but like I just said, that's only good for bows. Since they're coming from like an upward angle, oh, it's just so bad for headshots. You waste so much ammo going for body shots. It's just not worth it. This should be the end of the round. I think we got BO3 complete. Yeah, BO3 is finished. That is round 25 with the LMG challenge. At this point, we've only failed 1 game, which is really good for these challenges. We usually don't do this well. But with that being said, it is time to move on to our next LMG challenge. Infinite Warfare is definitely one of the better non-trading zombie games, probably the best one in all honesty. Now we're picking Rave. There's no particular reason as to why we're playing this map. This is probably my second favorite map on this game, with only Zombies in Spaceland beating it, but we play Zombies in Spaceland just about every single time, so we might as well change it up a little bit. Not quite sure where the mystery box is at? I think it's always just by the cabins, maybe. Oh, it's this way. Okay, good thing I checked. Otherwise, I definitely would have went the other way. I never go this way starting off. I should really grab a melee weapon just until we get to the box, but that's not how we do things around here. Starting loadout only until we can get our first LMG. Alongside Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare also does have some of the best LMGs. It might actually overtake BO3 because there is so many LMGs in this game. I also completely forgot that the box could spawn over there. I really hope we can follow along on the luck streak and get an LMG on our very first box spin here. There is a lot to work with, so hopefully we get lucky, please. Ooh, let's go for our second hit. Hopefully we can get something. I don't know which one I want the most. Maybe the Mauler, and yeah, that is what we got. I promise that this video is not scripted. Like, at this point, I almost just want to restart and just, you know, have an awful, unlucky time because this is just too lucky. I'm getting blessed on this challenge. The Mauler is practically the dingo of Infinite Warfare. I would say the Mauler's better. I always forget what guns are in the game until we get to that game. But yeah, the Mauler is definitely the best gun in this game. Like, putting aside everything, this is just 100% the best gun in the game. Unless you're doing Easter egg runs or high rounding, you know, the only thing that's gonna beat this is the Kendalls. But besides that, the Mauler is by far the best bullet weapon in this game. It's used for a lot of boss fights and even some speed runs, not boss fight related. We do need to grab all of the pieces to pack a punch, get our boat ready to go. I always thought it was really neat how on this map you got to go to a whole different island. Not to mention the boss fight for this map was just amazing. I can't even remember the last time I've pulled a Mauler on IW. I know in some of our previous challenges I really wanted a Mauler and we just never get it. It's honestly kind of hard to pull, so I'm surprised we got it as early as we did. It wasn't our first box hit, it was our second, but we're making it over to the cabin. We can grab our first boat piece here. We need to grab the other two as well and also get the power. Oh, I forgot about the Sasquatch rounds on this map. Grab our good old up and Adams. I want to probably just grind out some points for the next few rounds and then try to get all of the doors open as well as getting the power turned on. That way we can go to Pack-a-Punch. I don't even think I'll bother hitting the box again until we get the Mauler upgraded. The Mauler has a ridiculous amount of ammo and it's such a high DPS weapon that when it's Pack-a-Punch, you really don't even need another gun. It's so accurate too. It's just unbelievable how good this thing is. I know I said Black Ops 3 has some of the best LMGs and I've probably said that for most of the games, but dude, I think we could all agree that Infinite Warfare just hands down has the best LMGs out of any zombies game. Not to mention the fact that there's variants in this game and there are some LMG variants that are pretty ridiculous. I don't have any unlocked, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to use those, but it's definitely something you have to consider with this game. Anyways, it's round 8. Let's turn on the power. I'm going to go grab the second boat piece as well as the third. I think Tough Enough is also up here as well. I'll probably buy that too. Let's go ahead and grab that, and then our next piece should be right there. Nice. I think as far as the LMG only challenge goes for Infinite Warfare, this one should be a pretty easy one. I really do not see myself losing this one considering that we've beat just about every game before this. The only game that we lost was because I wanted to not sit in a corner. I see Stamina up. It's up there. We need to remember that that's there because I feel like I'm going to forget that. I'm really glad that the setup for this map isn't terrible at all. You know, some maps in zombies, you have to do a lot to get Pack-a-Punch, power, and just get everything rolling on the map. That's how it is for some of the Infinite Warfare maps, but Rave is really easy. It's just 5 parts and then get on a boat. That does not sound easy at all. Once you know how to do it, it is really easy. Got enough points to finish off all 3 of our boat pieces. Just need to get 5,000 points now and we can go ahead, pack the Mauler, and then we'll be all good to go. I'm not really too sure what the best camping spot is on this map. I'll probably just train. I think that's the best thing to do because I'm not too familiar with camping on IW or, you know, this map in general. I know when this map released back in 2016, it might have even been early 2017 when this map came out, there was a pretty crazy glitch you could do with the smiley chainsaw, and the leaderboards became super infested very early on. You could go AFK with that chainsaw in a corner and just kill everything. Luckily, the developers patched it super quick, so it didn't completely ruin the game. I hope one day somebody remasters this map on the BO3 Steam Workshop. It's super underrated. When you speak of Infinite Warfare, everybody always says zombies in Spaceland, but I feel like this map is just as peak as zombie. I think most people would agree, but I think it's the fact that this is a DLC map and costed additional money, so most people never got to experience it. Launch maps have completely different experiences from any other zombies map because when a game launches, every mechanic in that game is going to be new and feel refreshing, but then after a couple months of playing that map and then a new map comes out, you're gonna have all of those same mechanics. A lot of people don't understand that, but that is truly the case with most games. If you look at Cold War, BO6, and even BO7, the majority of people will say the first map is good and they liked it, and then after that, they didn't really like it. That's just because they were new to the mechanics and then got used to it. But anyways, enough of my rambling, bro. Let's go to the Pack-a-Punch. I'm excited for this. It's been a long time since I've been over here. When you have Director's Cut, you really just don't have a reason to do this. I know there's also a super crazy glitch you can do with the transponder. If you throw one outside of the boat, you can just teleport outside of the map. I don't think it was ever patched. Like, you could do it today. I do need to grab Stam and Quickies, though. That is something I've kind of forgot about. It's around 11. I don't have any perks. I'm more focused on just damages besides Jug. Just need to grab our last reel. Should be right there. And then we can throw this on and go through the teleporter. I might just finish the Sasquatch round real quick. One of my favorite LMGs of all time that just unfortunately isn't in any zombies game is the chainsaw from Ghost. The Mauler is probably the most similar LMG to the chainsaw. It looks a lot like it, but it doesn't act or function like it. I really wish it would return in one of the Call of Duties. If any, it probably would have been this one, but unfortunately it never did. But we got the Mangy Mutt. The Pack-a-Punch camo on this map wasn't too great. I want to be honest, it just wasn't that good, but it also looks like we can double Pack-a-Punch. I can't even remember the last time I've used a double Pack-a-Punch Mauler, but we're 100% doing that. I've beat this Easter egg with Director's Cut, so that is the only reason we can do that. I think the only map I'm missing for Director's Cut is Beast from Beyond, so the only thing I have left to do is the Mistopheles boss fight, which eventually, maybe one day I'll get to it, but yet again, I did all these Easter eggs 5 years ago at this point, and I still never finished Beast from Beyond. I need to unlock Willard Weiler and the Malice. I also want the Director's Cut camo. I think I really need to go do that. You know what? It's round 13 and we already have 10,000 points. Do we just run back in and double pack? Or is that just overkill? That might straight be overkill. Yeah, you know what? Let's head back to the main island, grab some perks, and then we can consider double packing. We definitely do not need it right now. So what all do we need here? We want double tap. Definitely want Stam and Speed. Those are going to be the big two. I'm not too sure where Speed is, but I do remember that Stam was over here in the cabin. I think Stam is such an underrated perk. Nowadays, a lot more people know how good it is and just how useful it can be overall. But back when Zombies was in its prime, nobody bought Stam. Of course, it does depend on your playstyle and how you play Zombies. Running and gunning like this is the only way Stabbing Up is truly a good perk. If you're just sitting in a corner camping, it's not going to be too useful for you. But man, we need to get out of here. Where is Speed? I want to say it's in the recreation area, right? It's either Speed or Mule that's over here. That's Speed. Nice. What is it called? Quickies in this game? Yeah. I think double tap is down here. What is this? Bomb stoppers? Not quite what we're looking for. Maybe it's in the water area. We have so many points. Yeah, honestly, I'm not too sure where it is. I've seen just about every perk but that. I guess I'll be okay without it. I mean, if we're running a double Pack-a-Punch Mauler, do we really need it? Kind of irrelevant to this challenge, but I've always wondered why with DLC 4 they decided to bring back the cryptids. If you don't know what the cryptids are, they're the aliens from Call of Duty Ghost. It never really made sense to me, and as a finale map, I think Beast from Beyond was not that great. Like, I personally liked it, but the whole alien thing didn't make that much sense to me, and I think it threw off a lot of other players too, and that was probably the most undersold DLC on this game, even though it was the finale, and usually the finales are the most hyped. They definitely did go crazy with the boss fight though. I think the alien boss fight was great. Oh, we're dead. Oh, we are dead. That might be our like first genuine down of the run. Well, that was kind of rough. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like that. We need to try and get our perks back as quick as possible. It's round 16. These rounds are flying, brother. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's Mule Munchies. We should be good. I'm gonna grab this. This might even be risky. That's really a bummer because now we're not going to have enough to pack a punch for a few rounds unless I hold off on the perks, but at the same time, they're kind of necessary, man. Bro, are you serious? Oh my God. Please. Please. That was honestly so close, man. I thought it was the end of the round and there was no zombies left just to get swarmed by like 5 zombies in the middle of the perk animation. Oh man, that was rough. We're on round 17. We're doing not so great at the moment. I think we can pull this back though, boys. Like, honestly, as long as we can get back to the pack-a-punch room and double pack this mother, we'll easily be set for a round 25 game right here. I think we got this challenge. I just need to find speed. I don't even know where it's at. It's funny because I just bought speed and I don't even remember where it's at. I'm pretty sure it was in the recreation area now that I recall. I'm not even gonna bother, okay? As painful as it is to do an LMG challenge without speed, I just do not want to run all the way across the entire map again. I also want to grab double pack. Maybe we'll come back for it. I wish the developers would put this game on sale for super cheap or even give it away as a Xbox Live Gold free game, because if they did that, we would get so many new players. It would truly revive the server of not just IW zombies, but any zombies game. They have the power to do it. They just choose not to. Recently, they put MW 2019 on sale for $5, and I think there was a total of 50,000 people playing on just PC. Imagine if a game as big as Black Ops 3 went on sale for $5. I think nowadays, when it's not on sale, it's like $60, so that's a huge price difference. I don't know why they still charge full price for older Call of Duty games when it's literally impossible to find a lobby, especially on PC. For console, probably not, but it really shouldn't cost as much as it does. When they go on sale, they're still $20 to $30 plus all of the DLC. And when they're on sale, the season pass usually costs more than the entire game, which is just weird. But anyways, it's time to double pack the baller. No idea what this thing turns into. The Rabid Pack Custom, isn't it the same thing? We have so many bullets in our gun that the ammo counter is going off of the display. Yeah, with the super Easter egg rewards in IW, they really did us well. Even if they didn't add director's cut, you just have to think about everything else they added with the calling cards that were exclusive, the double pack, the secret celebrity playable characters. I mean, dude, there's just so much to factor in. I will always wonder what year 2 or, you know, Infinite Warfare 2 would have brought to the table. And that is something that unfortunately I'll have to die always wondering, because we're never gonna know the answer to it. I'm going back to spawn. We really need to grab Speed Cola. It's such a crutch perk. Like, there's a few weapon classes where you can really play an entire game out without having speed, but dude, speed makes such a difference. It can literally be life or death if you're trapped in the corner, and with an LMG, if you don't have it, you're just risking too much. It's also really weird that we're on round 18 and we still haven't even seen the boss zombie. I'm not quite sure what triggers him to spawn, but we should have seen the slasher at some point. Hey, I'm not complaining. He is super healthy. He's really hard to kill. Maybe you have to do the bonfires and go in rave mode. I'm not really sure. I don't even want to find out. Oh my God, are we one-tapping the Sasquatches? I wonder what the strongest double pack-a-punched Infinite Warfare zombies weapon is. There's the most ideal weapon. There's the weapon with the best ammo. I mean, there's tons of categories, but double pack-a-punch just adds a whole new category to the table. Even with just the smaller, I can tell there's a significant damage increase. Not even just that, but the ammo increase was quite insane as well. I don't remember what all of the double packed guns were. Probably the only things I really ever double packed was, well, the Mauler and the Kendalls, because if you did the Kendalls, you got the dual wield, which was extremely overpowered. I mean, if you were soloing the Spaceland Easter egg, it was almost necessary because doing those SETI-COM steps was just impossible. I remember how hard it was to do it on solo with just the one Kendall, because what would happen is you'd run out of ammo just so quickly. You'd have to really plan how you're going to use your grenades and then have something else as well to kill the zombies for when you run out of bullets. But when you had the double pack-a-punched Kendalls, you could just shoot all day. That gun had so much ammo, it was just ridiculous. I would say if I had to pick, my least favorite map on this game would be Shaolin. I am honestly a super big fan of Attack, and like I said earlier, I don't think Beast is all that bad. The aliens throw me off a little bit, but dude, it's still not even a bad map. And then if you're adding in Mistopheles and the whole super Easter egg boss fight, yeah, it's a good one for sure. Last time I was here, I died. I do not want that to happen again. I don't even know why I'm doing this to myself. It's not like I'm gonna get anything I could use. Oh no. Oh, this is bad. This is so bad. The crawlers are hitting me. The crawlers! I seriously, in all honesty, just want to know where the crawlers even came from. Okay, I have a pack-a-punched bullet weapon. This is a gun that shoots bullets, not explosives. I did not throw any explosives, and I do not have any explosives. So where did those 3 to 4 crawlers even come from? I just do not understand. It does not make sense. That area is just off limits at this point because clearly I cannot survive long enough over there. This map really doesn't have any great camping spots. The best trading spot is probably at Pack, but the problem with Pack is the last zombie for some reason just never wants to spawn in. For some reason, you always have to come back over here. It's like glitched out or bugged out. I don't know if it's like that every game. I forget. Wow, is there really like 5 zombies left and I just died? There is a pretty cool minigun you can get on this game, but unfortunately, every time I try to go to that area where the box is, I just die. And at this point, we're probably on our last life, at least our last quick revive life. So it's just not even worth it this close to the end of the challenge. I would rather not lose IW, especially considering that we pulled the mother on our second box hit. Made it onto round 24, or as I should say, scene 24. And this is going to be our final scene for Infinite Warfare. I think we've got this challenge. Also sounds like it's a Sasquatch round. So yeah, that's pretty free. But it's kind of weird because we made it this far and we didn't get a single slasher. And I think that's because you have to enter the hallucination mode to even get them to spawn, which makes sense, but it does feel weird that there is no boss zombie on this map. I'm not complaining, made the challenge a lot easier for us, and with that being said, made it to round 25. Infinite Warfare has been completed. It is time to move on to our very next game, and that is World War II Zombies. For World War II Zombies, I did do a bit of research on the light machine guns in this game, and unfortunately, every single LMG on literally every map in this game is in the mystery box. I thought maybe there could have been a wall buy. No, that is not the case for this game. For some reason with World War II, I just have god-awful mystery box luck. I never get anything remotely good, and usually just get some of the worst weapons. I was strongly considering playing the Groston House map because that map you only have to buy 1, maybe even 2 doors to get to the mystery box. I don't quite remember, but it is a very small map. But then I started thinking to myself, and I just realized that would have been much harder than just doing some good old Final Reich. You know, this game also introduced loadouts, so you can start with submachine guns, snipers, pistols, whatever you want really. But unfortunately, no LMGs. I thought for sure this was going to be a game where we could actually get an LMG pretty early on, but no. I don't know what LMGs are in this game. I know there's the Bren, but that's about it. There was like 7 or 8 total LMGs. Some were DLC guns that were added in 2019. Not exactly sure what's Zombies exclusive or what all is on Final Reich. I would say we at least have 3 or 4 options out of the 7 to 8 that is available. I'm just hoping our box luck isn't going to be awful because we've been so lucky on just about every single game we've played so far. I would really hate for this to be the game where it all turns around. If we get something on our first hit, I might think something is up. It looks like we're getting whatever that is. The AVS-36. Looks nothing like an LMG, so it's not an LMG. Second hit, maybe? It's definitely possible. For some reason, you can see exactly what you're going to get before it even lands on it. It doesn't do a full rotation of the weapons. It just cycles back and forth between 2 items and then eventually lands on one. No idea why it's like that. I feel like it wasn't always like that when I played this game on console. That might just be a PC bug. But yet again, I honestly have no idea. Hopefully third time's the charm though. Let's see. It looks like we're just getting the same gun over and over again, man. Oh my god. If we cannot pull an LMG before this box moves, we might actually be out of luck because this game has so many doors. And once you get to the higher rounds, I'm talking 7 or 8 with no gun, dude, it is just really hard to survive melee only. We might have gotten something. What is that? A Type 100? A Sten. That is not an LMG, brother. Oh, World War II hates us right now. Give us what we need. I think it moved. This sucks. I feel like it always moves over here on the initial move, which isn't that bad, but unfortunately this door is like really expensive. 1,500 points is not cheap. Come on, sledgehammer, please. Oh my god, not again. Oh, we got the 9mm. Oh, what is is this? The VMG? Okay, wait, this looks beautiful. It kind of looks like an assault rifle, but I can assure you guys, with this long of a reload, this is an LMG. It really didn't take that long to get our first light machine gun. I mean, we probably wasted about 5,000 to 6,000 points, which kind of sucks, but we're not going to get super lucky every single game we play, so it is what it is. We do need to turn on the power, we do need to get points, and we do need to get our perks alongside Pack-a-Punch. I'm thinking we should have all of that done by round 10. I'm not going to bother too much with the wave gun quest. It's a little unnecessary for our goal right now. I also just realized there's like a doll in that chair outside of the map. Wait, what is that? Is it a teddy bear? No idea. That's really interesting though. Maybe I'll look more into that another day. Since we're getting near the end of an era, that being the supply drop era, let's discuss supply drops. I feel like a lot of people don't like them. I would say the majority of people actually hated them, but honestly, I think they're not that bad and weren't bad for the game. The only problem is when they put super overpowered weapons, just guns that are so clearly pay to win, and then make getting supply drops so ridiculously hard to where the only way you're getting that item is by paying for it. Supply drops introduced so many new cosmetics, items, variants, you know, whatever it may be, and it was something else to grind for, something to play for, something to show your friends. I think in World War II Zombies, this was probably really the only game where it wasn't super pay to win, not even just zombies, but multiplayer in general. Most of the stuff you unlocked was honestly kind of just garbage cosmetics, bad camos, and stuff like that. But opening supply drops was always fun, and it was just always really interesting to see what you would get. It's definitely an era I don't think the developers will ever return to, because the amount of hate they received for supply drops was just unreal. I mean, we had people spending thousands of dollars on Black Ops 3 supply drops just to try and pull the XMC to go drop a nuke in multiplayer. They put so many guns in the BO3 multiplayer, it was just unbelievable. I mean, bro, how many DLC weapons were even in that game? I feel like whatever number DLC guns there was double that in just melee weapons. I don't know why they added so many melee weapons, and even by the end of the game's life cycle, they still literally never added a karambit. A karambit is quite literally top 3 most satisfying melee weapons you could use in any game. One of the first melee weapons they did add in that game was the butterfly knife, which was really cool. I remember back in 2016, butterfly knives were huge. It was almost like a trend in that year. I'm not really too sure what DLC weapons are in World War II Zombies. I stopped playing this game before the first DLC even released. I don't know. I feel like every few years, there's a new era with Call of Duty. We had the supply drop era, and then we had the Warzone class setup era. But what era are we in right now? Like, I don't feel like there's really anything special going on with, at least that's how it's been for the last few years. I know Warzone was extremely huge, and even though that's not zombies, that was still good for Call of Duty. What should we do here? I need to activate all of the tunnels. We need to do this. Oh, I think I have to open the door first. My bad, I forgot about that. I believe it's this door. Yeah, and then we have to hit the button. It's all coming back to me now. Get our Pack-a-Punch. Should be a button right here. Just need to hit that. Oh, we're not even gonna have enough points to pack a punch. This is awful. I might as well still just try to do the tunnels. We're gonna have to get these all done either way. We should be able to get the first 2 without spending any points, and then the third one we're gonna have to spend like 3k to get to the door. There we go, 1500, and then we need another 1500 door. God, man, what an expensive set of doors. I'm pretty sure in this game you can scavenge ammo for your gun using the shovel. We're pretty much at like last resort right here, so we're just gonna have to do what we gotta do. Yeah, there we go. Scavenge some ammo. I kept getting jolts, but I knew eventually we could get ammo. It's only 50 bullets, but that should be enough to get us a max. Go through this tunnel. And then which one do we have left? We have one more. Oh, I remember now. Okay, I couldn't remember where the third tunnel was, but no, I got it. It's on the other side of the map. Let's get our last tunnel here. We can throw this in the Pack-a-Punch. I might as well just do it right now because we can buy ammo in World War II Zombies. If you didn't know, if you just walk up to the Pack-a-Punch machine with a Pack-a-Punch gun, it lets you refill your ammo. Like, it obviously costs points, but yeah, that's a new feature they introduced in this game. I think I might even just do part of the Tesla gun steps here because I hate when there's no lights in this area. I mean, I might as well just get the Tesla gun steps done with. I want the light on. I don't like playing in the dark. I've got a pretty strong weapon, so this shouldn't even be that bad. I feel like all of the World War II zombie wonder weapons were pretty awful. The Tesla gun was not too great. I'm pretty sure you could upgrade it though. I can't speak on the upgraded variants too much because I don't remember them, but the Tesla gun by itself just sucked. It was like the equivalent of a Black Ops 3 unupgraded bow. I guess we should buy whatever this perk is called. All of the perks in this game are German, I'm pretty sure. I'm really not the best at speaking another language, so I would rather just not even try it. Let's grab our barrel and let's keep it moving. Oh, dude, this gun is just so satisfying. I love getting the headshots with it. Just feels so good. This step always just takes so long. I think we're good to go with the Tesla, though. We should be done with everything. We're just gonna have to kill the brute, whatever his name. Oh my! I actually need to pause my game after that. That scared me so bad. Like my heart rate is just elevated. I can feel it in my body. He died so easily though. Oh my god, I hope he does not spawn again, bro. Why is there two? Pretty sure they're guaranteed to spawn at round 14, and then I'm also pretty sure he spawns once you complete the Tesla gun. This is such a waste of ammo, but thank god he's gone. Like, that was just straight up terrifying. There was no audio that either of them spawned. Usually when a boss spawns, I'm like super used to hearing something or something to just like signal that they're in the map. There was none of that. We should probably hit the box, try to get another LMG. I kind of want to mess around with the other guns and just see how good they are. I'm not familiar with the World War II weapons, so I think that would be a pretty good idea. I don't typically use LMGs when I play World War II Zombies. I probably just buy the Thompson or the grease gun and just throw that in the pack. If I get an LMG from the box, then, you know, whatever. I'll use it probably the whole game, but I'm not really a big box person when it comes to World War II. What do we get? An M36. Never even heard of that. It's also round 15. I should probably grab some more perks. Ooh, what is this? Wait, actually, what is that? I really want to take that just to find out what it is, but I don't want to do that to this challenge. Are these even base game weapons? I feel like a lot of these weapons we're seeing out of the box are just straight DLC guns. What do we need to do? I want to buy the perk that increases your weapon damage. That would be absolutely huge. The difference it makes is pretty significant. I honestly overlook it on a lot of runs that we do, but not this one, that's for sure. Oh wow, that is a huge difference. That's like a 2-3 shot body shot. Is there any solid camping spots on World War II? Like, what spots do people usually run? I feel like the bridge was a spot. I don't even know. Dude, it's been so long. I feel like as the games get newer, the less and less I know about them. Like, I'll have the same amount of playtime, but I just don't remember as much, even though they're newer. I know World War II Zombies introduced the wave counter, and honestly, I'm not a big fan. I think it kind of sucks, man. It just takes so long to get to the next round. In theory, it's a good idea. You get a little break, you get time to do what you need to do. But World War II Zombies isn't like BO3 or AW where zombies just get slammed at you back to back. I mean, the round just started and I can just stand here and not move. If it was round 17 on AW or BO3, that would just straight up, not that it's a bad thing, but I just think that right there makes the wave countdown between each round just really. Oh wait, is there a there's a cool zombie over here. I forgot about this guy. Hold on. Yeah, dude. Oh my god, I forgot this guy was a thing. That's so cool. I haven't seen this in so long. Kill the treasure zombie. Yeah, like look how long it's been. I haven't even done that challenge. What actually causes him to spawn? Does he spawn every game? I've played so much Final Reich in the last few years on my PC account, and I literally have never killed one, so kind of strange. Let's see what we get out of the mystery box though. Hopefully we get something new. I'm just not even pronouncing that name. I don't even know how you would pronounce that. Hopefully we can get at least something in 1911. I would love to take that. We've got 20,000 points and we have legit nothing to do with them. I feel like a millionaire right now. With the previous games, we had double pack. We had, you know, you could buy more than 4 perks at IW, but here you just kind of have to suffer over your own success. 21,000 points and you literally can't do anything with them. Looks like we got another LMG. Wait, the lad machine gun? Wait, I've never never seen this. This is new. New to me, at least. This is probably a DLC weapon, I think. Wait, this is Unpack-a-Punch, and it's honestly mowing them down. Oh my god, this thing could be crazy. 100%, I've never even seen this thing. I refuse to believe it's a base game LMG. This has to be DLC. It's so strong for an Unpack-a-Punched gun. This is kind of unreal. Why is there so much muzzle flash in this game? It's genuinely just giving me a straight headache. I mean, just look at this, dude. I don't even want to shoot that. But let's throw it in the Pack-a-Punch. I somehow still have my pistol. I have on a modifier that lets me carry a third weapon. I didn't even realize I had that on. I feel like the Pack-a-Punch camo for World War II zombies just isn't given enough props. It's honestly one of the better ones. What do we have here? Stamina up? I'll take that. Thank you. Should be seeing a Brenner soon. I think I said Brute earlier. Like, look at this guy. Dude, wait, does he have glasses on? I've never noticed that he has glasses on. This looks like something straight out of an Outlast game. Why is there no audio when he spawns? Seriously, that's so weird. Hopefully we can take him out pretty quick. Yeah, that was really easy. Joke of a boss. I missed Call of Duty launch nights. That is something we will truly never get back. Everybody used to stand at GameStop, not even just GameStop, there was other stores as well, and wait until the new COD would drop. And as soon as it hit 12, everybody was buying a copy and getting on and playing all night. Staying up, waiting for the new zombies to come out, and then just grinding it all night. It's just a peak experience. Sometimes I did zombies first, other times I did multiplayer. It really just depended on how I felt. I really don't think the LMGs in World War II zombies are bad at all. They're really outperforming my expectations. I thought they were going to be a lot worse, but also a lot of the guns in World War II are just really strong once they get Pack-a-Punch. I don't even think it's just that, but I think it's the weapon damage perk that makes a huge difference. Most of the guns are pretty decent when Pack-a-Punch, but once you add that weapon damage perk slight increase, I'm saying slight like it's slight, but no, it's pretty significant. It makes a huge difference. One of the best and most underrated features in this game was the ability to drop points. If you just click a button on your controller or your keyboard, whatever you're playing on, you could share your points with teammates. And I think that was honestly healthy for the game. Nobody really mentions it. Nobody really even cares about it. If your friend was like 200 points off of a door, you could just drop him 200 of your points and, you know, essentially split the cost of a door and get doors before you really could ever even actually afford to buy that door. I don't think they ever brung back that feature or planned on bringing it back. We've made it to wave 24. We're near the end for the LMG only challenge. And as of right now, we've only had 2 LMGs, that being the 78 deaths. That's the Pack-a-Punch name. I don't even remember the first name, but they are solid LMGs. I don't even think these guns are bad. The LMG only challenge on World War II zombies is pretty easy. World War II zombies in general is just really easy. I think if you used any gun in this game, you would probably have an easier time of getting 25 than, you know, Black Ops 3 or IW, any of those games. This is definitely one of the easier older zombie games. It's definitely harder than all of the modern games, 100%, but besides the modern zombie games, this one's definitely at the bottom in terms of difficulty. Just about every other zombies game before 2018 more. Whether you're playing normally or you're doing a challenge, it's still the same difficulty. Now, one thing I will say is World War II zombies does have some of the hardest Easter eggs. So if you are doing Easter eggs, this game definitely goes higher on the list. I mean, if you want to have a bad time, go attempt all of the World War II zombie Easter eggs on solo. Not even because they're bad or unenjoyable, they are just so difficult that you will get so easily irritated just trying them. Unless you've done them before and know what you're doing. But even then, they could still be difficult. Anyways, we should be near the end of the round, and that is the LMG challenge beat on World War II zombies. We're on to wave 25, which means that is time to move on to Black Ops 4 zombies. Black Ops 4 is definitely an interesting game when it comes to the LMG only challenge. Now, luckily with Black Ops 4, they reintroduced the LMG wall buy, and every single map in this game does have a LMG on the wall that you can buy alongside a few additional LMGs in the mystery box. Not only that, but there is a talisman that you can run that actually allows you to start the game with an LMG. And as perfect as that sounds for this challenge, like quite quite literally could not be any better. I feel like it's not really fair because we played every other map having to rely on the mystery box or just fighting an LMG. If we're spawning in with an LMG, it's going to change how I play the map completely. So let's just do my original game plan, assuming we have no talismans and we have to find our way to an LMG. I picked Blood of the Dead because I know this is going to be hands down the absolute best map for this challenge. I'm not even going to bother hitting the mystery box. We're going straight for the Titan wall buy. I feel like that's going to be the smartest and best play that we could make here. And even though the Titan is on every single map in Black Ops 4 as a wall buy, it's in a very special spot on Blood of the Dead, and that's why I decided to pick this map. This is definitely one of the harder BO4 maps, so I'm not too sure if this is going to be beatable, but I'm going to give this my absolute best shot. Black Ops 4 is a relatively easy game when it comes to camping and using LMGs. We do have some really cool box LMGs that we can pull. I don't even think I want to bother with those though, at least not until we get the Titan, get Pack-a-Punch rolling, and you know, all of that. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to cross the catwalk. We want to do this as early as possible. That way these zombies are still a one-shot knife. This challenge is super bare bones until we get our first LMG. I'm not going to buy a weapon off the wall or take anything else besides what we start with. That's just the rules of the challenge. Now, even though we typically do not build the shield for these kind of challenges, on Blood of the Dead, you essentially have to, because the only way to get Pack-a-Punch is with the shield. This is literally the only map where the shield is an exception. A no Pack-a-Punch challenge on top of an LMG challenge on arguably one of the hardest maps of all time just does not sound very enjoyable. We've got 12,000 points, definitely more than enough to go get our LMG. I honestly didn't even realize we had that many points. That's a little absurd. The only thing that really sucks about the Titan wall buy is on each and every map, the developers place the drawing for this gun in the worst spots possible. And what I mean by that is they literally put them in areas where the entire map needs to be open before you can even get there. So on this map, it's in the warden's house, which means we have to open up quite literally the entire map, every single door, turn on power before we can even get to our gun, which also costs 4,000 points. It's not actually 4,000 points. I think it's 3,750, but that's still an incredible amount of points. I think we should be good though. We just have to open up the last few doors and then grab our Titan. We essentially had to spend around 10,000 points to even get here, and now we have this Brutus we have to worry about. Now this is definitely one of the worst LMGs in this game. By no means is it the best, but it is a wall buy, which is very important because that means we will not have to worry about ammo. And another reason, which is the reason I picked this map, is we can use this staircase camping spot. This camping spot is honestly really bad on solo. I also do need to finish building the shield. Oh man, do I even remember where the last part is? It's been a while. I want to say it's in the tunnel, but I could very well be wrong. Right here somewhere, I thought. No, maybe it's over here. There it is. This is the only piece we need. We have all 3 pieces to the shield, so we just need to build it, go upstairs, blast it, and boom, we'll have Pack-a-Punch. I'm gonna upgrade this thing immediately. There's no reason to wait. I'm not gonna worry about perks right now. I'll worry about that a little later on. I want to get the best weapons that we possibly can as early as possible. That way we don't have to be running around the map looking for this stuff, because it seems like that's how we usually die, and I would like to beat BO4. Let's just place the shield right here, grab that, and yeah, we can go upstairs, get the pack on. I do love the way the pack works on this map. The fact that you need to build the shield to even get it unlocked is honestly a really great feature. It gives an incentive for the player to build the shield. I find myself in a lot of zombie games that I play, I don't actually even bother building the shield. I just truly do not see a purpose or a reason. I really don't think I'm alone on that either. Unless I'm doing a high round run or maybe an Easter egg run, if I'm just playing to play, yeah, I don't really bother building the shield. I think it's just a lot of unnecessary work, because half of the time when I play a new zombies map, one that I haven't played in a while, I'm not going to remember where the parts are. But we do need to grab a few shield kills. It's literally the only way to get Pack-a-Punch on this map. We have to charge the shield, so this of course is an exception. I think we only need like 3 kills. Get our Pack-a-Punch activated. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw that in immediately. Bro, we already have another warden? Wow, that was quick. Good thing I Pack-a-Punched this. I feel like we've probably killed 4 wardens at this point, and it's only round 8. Not a big fan of this Titan. I really don't think it's all that. Definitely some better LMGs. I would like to pull this Wylander from the box if possible. I also wish I would have brung Deadshot, but I didn't. Brutus can be a real pain when he locks the perks. It's very expensive to get them unlocked. I hope he didn't lock much else. I might trade in here a little bit. Just make sure I keep this door closed and we'll be good to go. Infamous BO2 cafeteria trading spot. Maybe I can even camp at this gondola here. This might not be a bad spot. This right here is bringing back memories. I haven't done this in so long. I forgot this was even a spot. And then once you have to reload, it's over. That's one thing about BO4 that's really weird. There's no speed cola in this game. I don't understand why they removed speed cola. I mean, Jug makes sense. They tried to, you know, create different playing strategies with the game, but speed cola, really? Yeah, not too sure on that. I guess I should probably grab Dying Wish. Super crutch perk. The earlier the better. If I see Stam, I'll grab that too. Stone Cold will be nice later, but I think as of right now, I'm not too worried about that. I didn't set up any of my perks going into this, which is something I honestly regret, because I could have brung a really good camping build or even just an LMG build, but I didn't think about it too much. It's all right. Not too big of a deal. I think we'll still be able to do this. I'm hoping I can get a decent LMG on my first few hits. The Tiger Shark is really good. It's a zombies exclusive LMG on BO4, but the Wylander from BO2, which is also in this game, is extremely good. And I guess Stab It Up's over here as well, so I'm just gonna grab that while we're here. I want to try and move this box because I don't think I'm going to come back over here. Please. Ooh, what are we gonna get? No thank you. I don't know about the guns on BO4, man. A lot of them are really hit or miss. I think when I'm hitting the box on BO4, I'm not looking for anything besides a wonder weapon or a Heliod Salvo. That is literally the only two guns I'm looking for. I'm not looking for LMGs. I'm not looking for SMGs. Quite literally looking for nothing but a wonder weapon. This is also a really terrible spot to be. We just need to move this box. I don't even want an LMG at this point. Just let me get out of this area, please. Nice. Hopefully it teleports to the one of 20 something box spawns on the other side of the map and not the only one that's on this side. Oh no. Oh no. Running across the catwalk is always an awful experience. I truly cannot believe with Black Ops 4, we got 4 maps on launch. They treated the zombies community so good with this game. We had it so good with this game and we didn't even know it because it never got better after this. This was like the last acceptable zombies game. I still love modern zombies. I still like playing it, but everything changed after this. And that's just the truth. I need to figure out where the box went. Is it in here? No. Might be in the warden's office, potentially. Ah, there it is. Didn't even have to look in the sky. This isn't too great of an area to be in either. It's definitely better than where we just were, but I would still rather not be here. I feel like that's how a lot of Blood of the Dead is. Pretty much every single area kind of sucks. And, well, would you look at that? We got a Mark II. Can't even use it. Even if the Mark II was considered an LMG, I wouldn't even pick it up because that's a wonder weapon. Our box luck is just not great right now. We're not pulling any LMGs. I mean, we did get a Mark II, so I can't really say that. But as for what we need, it's pretty awful. We have Dying Wish. We have our Ragnaroks that we can pull out to kill everything if we get trapped. This already seems like an awful spot. I already regret this decision. Oh my god, this is awful. Like, it's not that bad if it was just this walkway. Dude, you can't even do anything. Wow. Yo, this is awful. 100% that is not going to work. By the way, that was literally the entire reason I picked this map. Because of that walkway. I wanted to sit there. I thought it was going to be a really good spot, but clearly not. Wow, I actually don't know what to do then. We need to get a different LMG. This one is 100% the worst one in the game. Oh no, this sucks. We got to find the box ASAP. No idea where Pack-a-Punch is. It might still be on the roof. It might not. Don't really know where the boxes either. Maybe we go to Gondola. I think even 8 years after release, I'm still not the biggest fan of the BO4 perk system. I like the original World at War perk system the best. I mean, pretty much every game follows that besides Black Ops 4. They definitely learned their lesson with it. I don't think they'll ever do something like this again. Also, seems like the box spawned all the way across the map once again. I should honestly start taking the portals instead of taking the catwalk because it's just so much more risky running through that. I don't even know why I do that to myself. Oh, this is such an awful experience right now. Oh my god, please. Dude, this is just rough. We got a Blundergat from the box too. Like, we're actually just going through it right now, and we also pulled a Blundergat. It's just the cherry on top. You can't make that up, man. Getting trapped in the corner, beat down by Brutus, and I just pull the wonder weapon at the same time. I feel like I'm going crazy having no speed cola. This reload time is just so long. And this Brutus really just does not want to die. Oh, there we go. Finally. All right, what are we doing? We need to hit the box still. We need another LMG. If I can pull a better LMG, I'll probably triple pack it and call it a day. I normally wouldn't use AATs, but to get the increased damage in this game, you have to. So, it is what it is. A lot of things are different in this game compared to the previous zombie games. Like, really, the only way to make this thing good is double tap or speed, and we just have neither of those. There is a max ammo, though, which we desperately need. Maybe I can try to get it. I don't know if that's going to be possible. Wow, dude, that was one jump. Might have one zombie left. I'm gonna just spin it until I win it. Maybe I'll get something. Maybe I don't. I've gotten both wonder weapons already, by the way. The wonder weapons are definitely more common than the heavy weapons. At least it feels like it. I can pull the wonder weapons way before I pull an LMG or the Helion Salvo. This luck is atrocious right now. All right, it moved. I'm just ending this round. I'm done with you guys. I think I'll stay here for a minute just to see where the light goes, and then I'll probably just teleport out and not take the catwalk for once. Where did the box go? I don't actually know where that is. It looks like Warden's office or even Warden's house. Let's just get out of here. Yeah, it was Warden's house. I don't know if that's good or bad. I feel like that's really bad. Oh, this is such an awful place to be. I feel like there's just no good areas on Blood. Everything is super close quarters. A lot of this map's strategy is either just camping or using traps, which we really can't do either of those with these weapons. I think our time's coming. We should be getting an LMG soon. At least I really hope. What is that? Is that a tiger shark? That might be a tiger shark. That's a crossbow. I don't even know how I missed that. No idea why I thought the top of the stairs camping spot was going to be viable for this challenge. I mean, we couldn't even do it in like round 12. I doubt if I bought Stone Cold and fully upgraded this gun, it would have even worked. Maybe if I had a full camping perk build on, but other than that, it was just never happening. I can't even believe this. How do we pull 2 Blundergats and a Mark II before we get a single LMG? And there's like 5 or 6 LMGs in this box. This is unreal. All right, I'm ending the round. I don't got the patience for this. It should be moving soon. I mean, worst case scenario, I ended the round and I die hitting this box, but we die a champion. I thought after 20,000 points and 25 something spins, we would have gotten at least one LMG, but bro, this is just horrendous. Oh my god, did we get something? What is this, a stingray? Yeah. Dude, we literally cannot win. I'm trading inside of the Warden's house. Like, what is even happening, man? I should probably grab another shield. I'm just now realizing I don't even have one. We are barely even holding down a round 17 gondola. What is this, dude? Can we even pull off our reload before the zombies get here? We cannot. We literally can't. Am I dead to this guy? Oh my god, what is happening? If we had speed, 100% we could have held that. I'm gonna buy Stone Cold. We have so many points. I might as well. I might try the gondola. Maybe I can pack the Titan like 3 or 4 times and it might become somewhat usable. But as for right now, it is just not even worth trying. Can we get out of here without dying? Yes, maybe? No. That was close, but not quite. I don't even think Stone Cold's making that much of a difference right here. Oh my god, is this how I die? Is this really how I die? We've got a Mark II again. Are you serious? So we've received 2 Mark IIs and 2 Blundergats. Wow. Surely this could not be real, right? You know what? The pack-a-punch is in the power room. I might as well just start double packing my LMG. Maybe if we pack-a-punch it like 4 times and have Stone Cold, we might actually be able to hold a walkway. I personally still don't even think so. I mean, how many times have I hit the box on this run and have just gotten absolutely nothing? At this point, I just don't know what else to spend my points on. I think we just need one more upgrade, maybe. Yeah. All right, what do we get? Kilowatt and 4 upgrades. We're done. We're on round 17. This isn't bad. We haven't died. We still have 2 lives and our dying wish. This is a really solid run, which is kind of surprising because it has been so scuffed. But before I end this round, I do want to try and move the box out of the Warden's house. And then I also need to grab a shield. I think I might also have to call the gondola up here because I do want to see if the gondola spot is going to be viable. Highly doubt it though. Let's see here. We should only need a few spins for it to move. I mean, it might even move on the first hit. What is that, a ballistic knife? I just realized we also need ammo. Wait, this could be really bad. I'm gonna have to run up those stairs and I'm gonna get trapped when I do that. So then I'm gonna have to finish the round and then we're also not even gonna have ammo. Wait, dude, this is bad. I feel like we should have a dog round soon, but I don't really know. 4,500, yep. Let's just see how this goes. Round 18 could be it because for some reason I cannot get an LMG. Also seems as if it's not a dog round. This might be doable if it's not a Brutus round. The box is also down there, so this is really good. How much damage do we do? 2-shot headshot. That's not that bad, but I still don't think we're gonna be able to get through the round. Even if I tap fire all of the zombies, this sucks. Yeah, this is not happening. 100%. As soon as we have to reload, I'm dipping. Completely out of bullets. We have enough to rebuy ammo. The smartest play here would be to rebuy ammo. Is that what I am going to do? Oh, absolutely not. We are hitting that mystery box until we die. I mean, seriously, the odds cannot be this bad. We got a blunder again? This is not real. All of that insane box luck we had in our earlier games is finally catching up with us. This is just straight like baloney pools, man. Is this an LMG? Hitchcock M9. I don't know if this is an LMG. Hold on. It's not an LMG. It's an assault rifle. I thought it might have been an LMG. It looks like the Tiger Shark a lot, but it's not. So we have no bullets, so we're just gonna have to complete this entire round with Wraith Fires, unfortunately. Not even a dog round either. Oh, we're dead. Oh, we're dead. That's it. That is it. Oh, that is it. We're failing BO4 just because I wanted to be a mystery box addict. What a way to lose. Oh, not much I can do here. This door isn't even opened. I want a max ammo drop. That could be a max. That's a max ammo. But can I get to it? I think I can. Oh, please, dude. Do not do this to me. Just let me out of this doorway and we're good. We still have Stone Cold, so we might be able to camp a little bit. I don't feel like it's really making that much difference, but at the same time, it is easily killing the entire train. Is it even worth still hitting the box? I don't know. Because it's gotten to the point to where we're at round 19, and even if I do get an LMG from one of these box pools, I'm not even gonna have enough points to upgrade it, which is literally like a necessity. So let's just end the round. Stamina, PhD, and Dying Wish isn't really going to do anything for us, at least not with the camping strat we're about to do. So I don't really need any of those. I don't know why this works, but for some reason, if you spam the prone button alongside the jump button, you could mantle the air. I don't know why you can do this or why this even works, but it's a thing. Weird little animation bug. I think holding the gondola until 25 should be doable. Still a 2-shot headshot, really solid. The only thing that sucks is we're not going to be able to get any reloads off. We're just going to have to use the gondola and then come back. So like right now, I just have to take the gondola because I can't reload. It wouldn't be that bad if this side was doable, but they spawn right there and it's really hard to hold this side, especially on your own. I don't even want to try it. Look how many zombies. Oh, dude, we're cooked. Why are they all spawning there? Hold on. This might be the worst strategy ever. Okay. It's time for a trailer moment. We're coming straight into a trailer. Oh no. That was not happening. Yeah, this is not a doable strategy at all. This may actually be one of the worst ideas I've ever had. I don't know why I thought this was going to work. I don't know why I thought the warden's house stairs was gonna work. Oh my god. I'm gonna die on an insta-kill. Yeah, my thinking has not been the greatest today. I probably would have already lost a long time ago if it wasn't for the crutch abilities in this game. But hey, man, we're still here. What else could I possibly do? We only have 3 rounds left. There's no good camping spots on this map. Actually, I do know one, but with an LMG, I just don't think it's gonna work out well, especially this late into the game. And not only are we using an LMG, but we're honestly using the worst one in the game. Okay, that was weird. Oh, we're dead. I just used... Oh my god, we're so dead. This is bad. I have to buy this door. We can't even sit there. Oh, I don't think the gondola is even down here. Wait, do we fail BO4? I think it's 100% possible we fail BO4. I don't even think I have attachments on the Titan now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe this gun would be a little bit better if you had attachments on it, but I don't even have this thing leveled up. I think there's also 2 wardens, which isn't the best thing in the world. We have nowhere to go. This is really unfortunate, man. Bad perks, nowhere to go, nowhere to train. Like, we really can't train since we're using LMGs. I could buy Stam and make it work. I just don't think this gun is powerful enough to be able to run and gun. It shoots too slow. The damage isn't high enough. There's just no way to make it work, at least in my opinion. I'm surprised we've even made it to 23. We're almost out of ammo. This is looking bad. We're so close to finishing and beating this challenge, but at this point, I'm not sure. This game is going to be incredibly close. I know we have 1 life left, but I have almost died so many times. Within these last 2 rounds, it has just been so hectic, man. And I cannot find a place to hold, find a place to trade, or even hold my ground literally anywhere on this entire map. This could have been a lot different had we pulled an actual decent LMG out of the box that I've spun so many times. And if it wasn't for the gravity spikes, I probably would have already lost the game at like round 18. I haven't been using them, but I have been pulling them out to make all the zombies respawn. That was our last life. I want to use a Wraithfire so bad, but we're just dead, bro. Yeah, that's it. That was a tough challenge, man. That was a tough map to do it on. The best modern zombies game is, without a doubt, at least in my opinion, Cold War. Now, I can't say I've ever really used the LMGs in this game. Well, that's a lie. Besides the 2 camo grinds in this game, I really never used the LMGs. This game did really well on making the wonder weapons very powerful. So anytime you played Cold War zombies, those were going to be the main weapons you were after 99% of the time, of course, unless you were camo grinding. I do think this is going to go very smoothly. I have an entire game plan. I made a full class setup prepared for what I wanted to do. Going into Black Ops 4, I was definitely underprepared and didn't think much about my loadout, but with Cold War, I decided to do the complete opposite. I made sure we are prepared for the worst. Oh my god. Let's try that again, shall we? I clearly wasn't prepared for that. I want to try and get 25 as quick as possible. It's definitely doable. I'm not too worried that I already died. Playing with the Rampage Inducer and using an LMG really isn't the smartest thing you can do because you already move so slow while holding an LMG, and the zombies are significantly faster than you when the Rampage is on. So this is just like the worst thing you could do. But I am not sitting through those first few slow rounds. We'll be able to pull this off. Use our Ring of Fire. Just try to get through this round with this double point as quickly as possible. I think really the only time I ever used an LMG in Black Ops Cold War was in multiplayer on Nuketown 24/7. I would throw a thermal sight in the middle of the map, go prone, and it just kill everybody while inside of a smoke grenade. I know. I might be super hated for saying that. Unless you've tried it, you can't knock it. It was one of the most fun things ever. Everybody would just be so mad for no reason. You really can't counter it too. That's the worst part about it. My Stoner 63 class setup right here is built for pure damage and accuracy. I'm planning to do the Ring of Fire strat with this gun. That is why I didn't put on like a 120 magazine, just, you know, ridiculous amounts of ammo. I decided to go for speed instead without knocking down my ADS. I was considering bringing in the M60 or one of the other LMGs, but I figured the Stoner just has to be the best one to use. We all use it in BO1, and it's pretty much an assault rifle that acts like an LMG, or maybe the other way around. I don't know, one of the two. I was honestly surprised to load up this game and see that there was only 4 LMGs. They only ever introduced 1 new DLC weapon for the LMG class within the entire year lifespan of this game, which was really surprising. I mean, even if there wasn't that 1 DLC weapon, I was just surprised to see 4 LMGs. Black Ops 4 had so many. World War II had so many. Even IW had a ridiculous amount. And then you head over to a even newer game and you just go back in time to 3 LMGs. 4 if you want to count the DLC. I honestly have way too much nostalgia for Cold War. I really shouldn't have nostalgia for this game, but it came out like 6 years ago at this point, and I just played it way too much on launch. I feel like we can all agree that Cold War caught our attention for at least a little bit of time. I mean, we were all inside playing games, what, 2021? It's still crazy to think that Cold War was the result of a very rushed Call of Duty game. Many people people seem to forget, but this game was developed in under a year, or maybe it was 2 years. I don't know. It was about half the time of any other Call of Duty game. If this game had more of a map selection and a better UI and just wasn't so rushed, it could have been definitely one of the better zombie games. If you were making a tier list, probably B, maybe even A. You could honestly put it there now with the maps that it does have, but 100% deserves a spot there if it had more content. That's really what this game was missing. I know everybody's a fan of different things, but I feel like this game was at least going in the right direction, at least just a little bit. I honestly don't know what changed with BO6 or why people started hating BO6, because people liked Cold War. I don't know. We'll save the discussion for another day. We got a Megaton to deal with. Let's just get this phony out of here. I don't know if there's any LMG wall buys on Cold War or even just D-Machine. I can't say I remember any, but even then it doesn't even matter because you can just spawn in with whatever weapon you want. The fact that they allowed you to spawn with whatever weapon you wanted in this game was such a game changer. A lot of people often forget that Black Ops 4 had a camo grind, and within that camo grind you had all of the set challenges between each gun, right? That wasn't even the hardest part. The hardest part was the fact that you had to get every single gun from the mystery box and then do the challenges. Like, you couldn't just start with it, stay in the spawn room, grind out your camos, and move on to a different weapon. No, you had to go spin the mystery box each and every game that you played. And I'm pretty sure the challenges on that game was a lot more time consuming than Cold War. Even though the Cold War camo grind was pretty bad, especially on launch before they nerfed the rocket launcher camos. Oh my god, those used to be awful. If you were there doing those challenges when this game came out, you know what I'm talking about. We should be able to get to 25 in under 25 minutes using this spot. This spot is extremely broken. I thought for sure they would have patched it during this game's life cycle, or at least changed the spawns a little bit. The Rampage Inducer honestly doesn't even make it any harder. It just gets easier when you use it, since your Ring of Fire will carry on to the next round and also kill some zombies for you. Oh no. We need to get speed and double tap like ASAP. I do not want to buy that door. There's a nuke right here, please. Nice. That was a perfect nuke. Oh no, we don't have our Ring of Fire. This sucks. Oh, we need it so bad right now. Okay, we're full ammo. We might be able to do this. If we can get Ring of Fire, 100%. But without Ring of Fire, I'm not sure if this is even going to be doable. Oh no, is this it? Do I fail Cold War? Oh, I failed Cold War. Wow. Not really looking forward to this one. Oh my god, wait, my sensitivity is so high. Changed all my settings. We are all good now. Vanguard isn't typically a game I look forward to playing. I don't really want to be negative or a hater because everybody enjoys their own things, but the gameplay in this game is just so slow and so boring. I honestly don't even think anybody really cares for Vanguard, so I really don't know why I'm playing it. But if it's not included, there's going to be somebody who says you missed Vanguard for no reason too. I'm only level 11 on this game. I think the last challenge we did got me there. I've honestly never played this game unless it was for a challenge. It seems like there's a total of 4 LMGs in this game. I'm not sure how much they vary between each other or what the differences are. Something I've noticed with the Pack-a-Punch in this game is pretty much every weapon when upgraded stays the exact same, just, you know, a slight damage increase. I highly doubt there's going to be anything interesting in Vanguard, but I'll give this my best shot. Now, the only thing that really sucks about this game is that there's no Rampage Inducer. Whether I'm playing Cold War, BO6, BO7, the Rampage Inducer is always on for at least a portion of the game. Shinonuma is already one of the slowest starting maps in Zombies history, and then you pair that with the Vanguard spawn system, and bro, you're getting nowhere. This game does have really good movement. The sprinting, the sprint animation, you know, just how it feels is really fluid. I think it does good on that part. It probably could have done really well gameplay wise had they not tried their own thing with whatever this BS is. I don't even remember what year this game came out. Was it 2021, I believe. After the initial drop of Vanguard, I never really heard anything about about it. I feel like a lot of Twitch streamers and YouTubers at the time were paid to promote the game, and they talked so highly of it, and then just after a month, nobody talked about this game because nobody was getting paid to promote it. I just realized I have some strange ability on. I'm not sure what that actually does. It's called Energy Mine, so I'm assuming it just shoots a... What? Dude, I think we have enough points to pack a punch. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It's only round 8 right now. What do we need to do? What is this? Okay, it's telling me there's an objective here. I don't know. I'm not doing the Vanguard Easter egg. I will probably never do that in my life. Is this a one-shot headshot pack-a-punch? That's really decent if so. I know a lot of the Vanguard weapons are extremely overpowered in zombies. I feel like they didn't properly scale them over from multiplayer, and they just made all of the zombie guns extremely powerful for no reason at all. Even after 4 or 5 playthroughs of Vanguard, I'm still not understanding how the heart system works entirely. I mean, I get that you come to this guy and you buy upgrades or whatever, but what is the point? Should I even hit the box and try to get the other LMGs? I don't think we'll have a problem with damage throughout this entire game because, like I said earlier, Vanguard just has extremely broken weapons. All of the guns are just super high DPS. I'm a little interested in eventually learning the entire story for this game because I believe some of the story in this game ties over to Black Ops 7, or maybe I'm thinking of MW3. You know, that's something I have not ever played. I've never played MW3 Zombies. I don't even have MW3. MW2 the remaster and MW3 the remaster are the only 2 Call of Duties I have never bought. Vanguard was on that list until I bought it recently on sale just for these challenges. I don't think I will end up buying MW4, to be honest. It doesn't have zombies, so I don't really see a point, and the gameplay just doesn't look that interesting to me. I've bought too many games recently where I just don't even end up playing them, and I just do not want to repeat that cycle anymore. Sit in my Steam library, never touched, never played, all of the achievements locked. It's just a waste of money, especially considering games have went up and the premium for them also has went up. I mean, we're talking $70 for a base game. That's no DLC. You add in the season pass or the ultimate deluxe bundle, you're looking at $100 to $120. It's unbelievable how expensive video games are now, but if you go to a yard sale, find an Xbox 360, and you find some old games, you can probably get a solid 30 games with an Xbox 360 for maybe 70 to 80 bucks if you got a good deal. That's what I would consider a good deal. And you got to think about it. At one point, all of those games probably costed $60 each. Like, games depreciate so fast. I can't think of something that depreciates faster than games. You know what? We've got nothing else going on. I mean, literally nothing. So we might as well just hit the box. Complete waste of points, but I don't even care. Maybe we'll get a pack-a-punch LMG from the box. You never know. Is that a kill streak? Yeah, I thought so. That's the only reason I took it. I wanted to see if it was a kill streak or an actual weapon. The automated killing machine. Always so weird to me that in Vanguard you could pull pack-a-punched weapons from the mystery box. Like, at that point, what's even the point of pack-a-punching? 950 points versus a full 5,000? That's a huge difference, especially when you have to rebuy all of the perks like 8 times to max out their upgrades. Not really sure what the thought process was on that, to be honest with you, but I think I'm gonna die. So all of the zombies just stand still after you get revived? Wow, what a way to make the game as easy as possible, huh? Can you even rebuy self-revives on this game? Is there a buildable table, or is it a perk? It would make sense if it's one of those sacrificial heart things. Maybe you have to get lucky and roll one? I'm not really sure. I've got Jug tier 4. Can you go to tier 5? Did I really just spend like 15,000 points on Jug? No, it's only tier 4. That's still a lot though. We have 300 HP. Assuming a hit is 50 each, that's 6 hit down. Oh my god, that's unreal. Well, we're on to round 15. Again, just like earlier, not much is going on. I should probably save up to get double pack for this LMG. I still do want to hit the box and try to get another LMG because that would be pretty interesting just to at least see what the other guns are like. But the probability that I actually get another LMG is just extremely low. After that Black Ops 4 game, I don't even want to touch the box. It put a bad taste in my mouth. Oh, maybe maybe we just get an LMG. Okay, nice. And it's already pack-a-punched. Is this even an LMG? It looks like an LMG. Oh my god, I do not like that ADS. It has so much ammo though. That's actually unreal. Wait, how much ammo does it have in total? Oh, it's gonna have a long reload for sure. 200 100? I assume that's not even with like the max attachments. I will say this LMG is really weird. I don't know how I feel about this ADS, but the fact that it blocks the entire right side of your screen kind of makes it unusable. A zombie could easily just sneak up on you from the right side and take you out so quick. I really want to know what the sale numbers for this game were. I mean, they had to be low, right? Coming off of Cold War onto Vanguard, it couldn't have been that high, but it was 2021, so anything is possible. Maybe I'll give the multiplayer on Vanguard a try. Actually, I'm just now remembering that when Vanguard came out, I did buy it, and I played one game and everybody was camping, so I refunded it directly after that game. I don't even think I finished the game. I'm pretty sure I just refunded it. I don't even care. Probably been a solid year since I've played Citadel, so I thought, why not try it out? This is one of those maps where playing it without obtaining one of the wonder weapons just feels so wrong. But as for the LMG challenge, there is a total of 4 LMGs, 5 if you want to include the DLC LMG. No idea when that got added or how good it is. Don't even have it unlocked. But the only reason I picked this one was because of the camo. Damascus is one of my favorite camos, and I had no idea I literally had it on this game. For this weapon specifically, I had a Mastercraft. I think it was an epic variant. I'm not too sure. It was probably from a previous battle pass. It pretty much just slapped the Damascus camo on my LMG. I personally think Damascus is one of the most underrated mastery camos. Lots of people don't like it because it's not animated, and it makes sense. It's very dull and very boring, but I'm a fan, bro. I really like the color pattern. It's different. It's unique. I'm not too sure how this challenge is going to go for BO6. BO6 is definitely one of the easier games in this challenge. I can't say I've ever played Citadel without getting a sword. This is definitely going to be a first for me. I desperately still do need to finish off my BO6 grind. I am 10th prestige, level 30 or so, something like that, and I'm just so close to master prestige, and it'll probably be like 5, maybe even 6 years until I hit master prestige on this game. I just don't play it enough. I definitely think BO6 was a great game though. I do enjoy it. I don't think it's bad. I would honestly take BO6 over BO7, and that's just my opinion. I do want to try out the other LMGs. I'm not sure if there are any LMG wall buys on this map or even on this game in general. I didn't look because this is one of those games where you can just spawn with the loadout, so it doesn't really matter. Plus we have ammo crates all over the map, you know, modern zombie stuff. We really don't need to worry about anything besides getting Pack-a-Punch unlocked. I also just realized I don't even have the Rampage Inducer on. I thought I turned it on, but maybe I didn't. Well, that's a shame. No wonder we're only on round 5. But we were able to get through all 10 games yesterday. That was a good 9 to 10 hour session. I haven't played zombies for that long in a while, but we've just got 2 games left for today, 2 more challenges to run through. There was some crazy news that dropped last night. Apparently, Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 is coming to a PlayStation 4 and 5, which is going to be huge because if there isn't backwards crossplay with PS3, which more than likely there just isn't going to be, the servers won't be infested with cheaters and the game will actually be playable. If I'm being honest, this really wasn't the LMG that I wanted to run for BO6. I know I already said this, but I only picked this one because of the Damascus. It has been so long since I've seen this camo. I just wanted to see it one last time because aside from camo grinding, I don't think I have ever used this LMG in zombies or even multiplayer on this game. At the time this map launched, I think the setup and this map's layout was just really good overall. I really enjoyed the boss fight for this map. That is something that is very underrated. All of the BO6 boss fights, aside from the one where you fight the Sentinel artifact, was really interesting. They were pretty much just full-on raids. I think the Turbidus one was probably my favorite, but yet again, I don't even think I've tried half of them on this game. I've only done so many Easter eggs on BO6. I really want to turn the Rampage Inducer back on, but I think I'll wait until I can at least get Pack-a-Punch 1, and then we'll just speed run through BO6. Hopefully get to BO7 in a good time. For some reason, I want to say there was an LMG wall buy on this game. I can't quite remember where, but I feel like I remember seeing one. Maybe it was in that room. It was either an LMG or a sniper, and I'm definitely not going crazy. All right, let's throw this bad boy in the Pack-a-Punch, and let's see what we get. Jewel of the Drake. Unfortunately, we lost our Damascus. I'm a little sad, but I knew that was going to happen anyways. This camo is honestly really sick as well. I feel like it pops a lot more on the LMGs. If it was an SMG or a shotgun, it really wouldn't have this much color. Well, we got our first backup punch. I think now the plan is to get Deadshot, upgrade our rarity, and of course get the Rampage Inducer on and just try to fly through BO6. So the Rampage Inducer on, and let's run as fast as we can before we die. This is my most played map on this game, and the only reason for that is because of the oil trap camo glitch. That's essentially how I unlocked the mastery camo for this game. I started off the grind super legit, you know, just running trades on Liberty Falls, getting my headshots done. But when I came back at the end of the game's life cycle, honestly, I just did the oil trap exploit. We've got a really good double points going right about now. Maybe we can get a bunch of kills here. I feel like this gun just does not have enough ammo for an LMG. Maybe it just shoots really fast. That's why we're going through ammo so quickly. Let's go by Deadshot, one of the most necessary perks for modern zombies. I love the fact that it used to be such a god-awful perk that nobody wanted, but nowadays it is just a necessity. Most people still skip over it though, but not me. It's always one of the first perks I grab. I definitely do need to get speed though. It's so painful having an LMG and no speed cola. One thing I will say is this LMG definitely does not need double tap whatsoever. This thing shoots so fast. Maybe it has a rapid fire attachment on it. That would definitely make sense. All right, let's go ahead and grab speed cola. It's just down here. Open that gate, grab this. Oh, it's gonna feel so much better now that we have this. Like, I just want to reload already. I didn't change any of the attachments on this mastercraft, but loading in here, I really should have put on a build. I think we'll still be all right. I might even try to get another LMG just to test them out. This one definitely isn't my first pick. The Stoner is in this game. I wanted the LMG that mimicked the M60 from Black Ops 1. That's the one I really wanted to use. I don't remember the name of it currently. Oh, we got a chopper gunner drop. Beautiful. I love the fact that the bosses drop kill streaks. It makes it so rewarding to kill them, because on the higher rounds of this game, you just get spammed with bosses, maybe 5 or 6 on every single round. And honestly, killing them starts to feel like a drag. So when you actually have a chance to get rewarded on each kill, it just feels so great. This Rampage Inducer is getting a little nuts. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting really close to dying multiple times. I feel like the pace of BO6 is really good with the Rampage Inducer. It just depends if you're up for the challenge. The only thing that sucks about the Rampage is if you're playing co-op with randoms, people just do not want to use the Rampage. And it's completely understandable. I think it's more of a solo thing. If you even get lucky enough that your teammates in a co-op game want to activate it, they'll probably try and deactivate it within like 2 rounds. And if you don't, they'll just quit the game. But I want to try and pack a punch this thing, take it to tier 2. I'm going to die, unfortunately. I need to grab armor, but I'm just way too focused on getting as much damage as possible. Yeah, we do so much damage now. This is beautiful. And there's that LMG wall buy I was talking about. It's like 4,000 points. No, it's only 2,000. Isn't that the one I'm using? I literally brought in the most basic LMG. Let's go try to grab armor. We're going to need it. We've got an amalgam spawning in. Arguably the worst boss ever created. I don't think he would be as bad if he didn't heal, but the fact that he heals just sucks so bad because he's such a tanky boss, man. I guess we can also throw our LMG onto blue. That's going to be huge damage. Let's just see how this goes. Oh, is it a one-shot kill? Bro, this thing is disgusting. Let me see if I can get them all lined up and we can just go crazy with this LMG because this thing is nuts with all of the damage upgrades. I'm curious to see how much damage we can do to this amalgam here. Wow. Bro, we are actually mowing him down. I really should turn off the Rampage right about now, but I just do not want to. I really need to buy another self-revive, but yet again, I just do not want to. I wonder what the best camping spot is on this map, or at least the best trading spot. Like I said early on, this is one of those maps where playing without a wonder weapon just feels really weird. The wonder weapons on this map are extremely easy to get. I think it is probably some of the easiest wonder weapons we've ever had. Maybe with the exception of the Raven Sword, the rest are just so extremely easy to obtain. We should be able to get through the Black Ops 6 LMG challenge. I don't want to jinx it just yet, but we are on round 19. As long as I make sure I have armor, we should be good. I wonder how much better the other LMGs in this game are. I don't feel like this one is that great. A lot of the damage we're doing is just because it's so over leveled for what round we're on. Did not mean to throw that grenade, by the way. I'm honestly focusing so hard right now. Playing with the Rampage Inducer, especially once you start to get up there the rounds is just so difficult, man. It's difficult no matter what point in the game you're at. The only way it's honestly easy is if you're set up for it. You have to be doing a strategy to be able to survive rampage rounds without focusing. Like, even the slightest mistake and you're trapped in a corner and you die. Of course, you have things like Ether Shroud, Chopper Gunners, and whatever else can help you escape in the moment. Pretty much the only reason we're still here. I don't know if we're going to be able to reach 30,000 points by 25. Round 22. I'm going to turn off the Rampage Inducer for right now. It's really hard to play the game when you just have a constant amount of zombies spawning from every single direction. Ever since they added the Rampage Inducer, I don't think I've ever played an entire game without activating it. Believe it or not, but when Cold War launched, the Rampage Inducer wasn't a thing. I don't believe they even added the Rampage until DLC 4. Once the game was practically dead and no longer receiving updates, I'm pretty sure one of the final updates was the one that added the Rampage Inducer. Seems like round 23 is a bug round, so we're going to get a free pass onto 24, and then that will be our final round for the Black Ops 6 LMG challenge. Only taken one down. That's really solid, especially for having the Rampage Inducer on practically the entire game. The thing with Black Ops 6 is that the movement is really good. It flows really well, and pairing that with an LMG makes it pretty playable. With the earlier zombie games, I did struggle a lot with the movement just because you're using a light machine gun. The game's going to be much slower and your movement's just going to be very sluggish. But in this game, even though you do run noticeably slower, you can still slide, you can still jump. There's no fatigue when you're moving around and it just feels really good. Anyways, we have 2,900 salvage. How about we go to tier 3 damage? All we need right now is a purple rarity and a tier 3 pack-a-punch. That's going to be the highest possible damage we're going to be able to get during this challenge. Not the smartest way to go about a challenge, but definitely the funnest way. Let's start this in the pack. I haven't seen the tier 3 camo in so long. Oh, dude, this is so many zombies. What is even going on right now? We have a boss in here too. I want to test out this LMG and just see how solid it is, because this is going to be our max damage. Oh my god, we're mowing this boss. Oh, we have no armor and we have no points for armor. That is not good. Armor is such a necessity for BO6. Oh no, we might be dead. Oh, do we die on 24? Oh my god, please don't do that to me. I would be so heartbroken. Let's get them all grouped up. Let's get one last train going and just see how much damage we can do with this LMG. Not as much as I was hoping for. That's really, I mean, it is round 24. But that is the LMG only challenge complete. We pretty much just soloed that with whatever this LMG is called. I don't know the original name, GP M2 or something. I don't know. But it is time to move on to our final game. Well, this is the very final game for this challenge. Decided to pick Astra Malorium. I don't even know. I don't know what this LMG is, but I've apparently never used it. It is level 1, no progression on the XP bar. It also looked pretty interesting. All of the other LMGs honestly look the same as any other game. This one had its own unique look to it. Kind of looked more like a shotgun to me. So yeah, I just couldn't pass it up. It's been a while since I've played this map. I think we played it one other time for the pistol challenge. There's a very difficult boss on this map that I still to this day have no idea how to kill. I didn't really think that through loading into here, but that is something we're gonna have to deal with. I'm noticing that this gun is extremely accurate. Okay, maybe not that accurate, but since this is the end of the challenge, I honestly do think that Infinite Warfare Zombies has the strongest LMGs out of any game. I would probably give the number 2 spot to BO3 and solely just the Dingo, but the other LMGs in that game definitely are strong. I just think the Dingo is one of the best to ever do it. Maybe number 3 would have to be BO2. After that, I don't really know. I can't include modern zombies in there because the weapon system is just so different than it is in old zombies. It's really hard to compare them when in old zombies you had a single pack-a-punch upgrade, and in modern zombies, well, you can upgrade the rarity 10 times and then pack-a-punch it 3 times and then also throw on 40 different attachments. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of just just hard to compare it. We're getting near the end of the life cycle for Black Ops 7, and I'm just curious at this point if anybody is still playing it. Are you guys still grinding this game out, still enjoying it? I mean, what's going on with Black Ops 7? I think there's one more DLC that's going to be dropped, and then this game is finished. This map is really interesting, though. I do like this map's theme and the layout of it. I think it plays quite nice. I also like the fact that they made the survival map unique. The survival map that came with this DLC isn't just a small lockdown area. It is, but it's at least the boss fight room, which is really cool. I think with Black Ops 7, they really did good with LTMs, and the fact that they keep adding new content, new modes, and new survival maps is really good to see. It's round 7, and I'm noticing that the Rampage Inducer on BO7 definitely isn't anywhere near as hectic as BO6. Like, the zombies are sprinting, but on BO6, it was a full, you know, Varrock sprinter kind of vibe going on. With BO7, it's just sprinting zombies. Do need to get the Pack-a-Punch turned on and start upgrading this thing. Our damage is getting pretty weak at the moment. I will admit, one thing that I do like with BO7 is the fact that it tells you what to do. I know the majority of people aren't a fan of that and actually strongly dislike it, but when you have never played a map or you're coming back to it after a certain amount of time, you're more than likely going to be looking up guides to try and figure out what to do. That just takes a lot of time. By the time you've watched a guide for quite literally everything you can do on a Black Ops 4 map, you could have already played an entire round 30 game. And I'm not exaggerating. There is so much stuff you can do on that game. Even with BO3, BO2, maybe not a full round 30 game, but like 15, 20 maybe. Just need to find our last piece to the Pack-a-Punch. I don't remember where it is. I know the game tells you once you get close to it. I'm trying to use my eyes right now. I seriously cannot find this part. Oh, right here. I just didn't come over here. That makes sense. I believe Black Ops 7 is also the only Call of Duty that I have ever played where I didn't prestige. I just feel like I don't play it enough to the point where if I prestige, I'm going to regret it. Let's throw this on. What do we got to do? Play the piano? Not sure what we're doing here. Defense? Oh, I have no ammo. That's not good. Is there an ammo machine? The reload just takes so long. Please. Any second now. I think we got it. Wow, that was really hard to defend with this gun. Oh, yeah. The first thing I'm buying after this is speed. I do like this camo. It reminds me a lot of weaponized 115, just with the gold finish on it. What is this? Oh, mule kick? Did they change the perk machine? This looks weird. I forgot to mention, but alongside that news earlier of Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 coming to the PlayStation 4 and 5, it's also rumored that it is coming to the Switch 2, which is really weird because when was the last time we seen a Call of Duty game on a Nintendo? That would be really cool though, because then it would be another way to play COD Zombies portable. I think the only way as of right now is Steam Deck, which I'm not too sure how good those are at running games. I don't know the exact specs that are on each and every Steam Deck. There's also like variants of the Steam Deck, the Legion Go, the Rogue Ally. I don't know what all there is. I haven't looked into the portable PC market too much, but I do know it is a thing that you can buy. Real OGs know the best way to play COD Zombies on the go is on the Nintendo DS. I'm just kidding. That is the actual worst zombies game I've ever played. I need to figure out where all of the perks are. I know where Jug is, but I do want to get some other stuff. It also seems like the Oscar boss is across the map right now. I don't actually know how you're supposed to kill him because last time we played this map and I tried to kill him, it took me 20 minutes of shooting him and he just didn't die, so I used a trap. I assume he can only die to traps because nobody said anything in the comments. I would love to know though. Like, I'm genuinely curious to know how you are supposed to kill him. The spawn room also does seem like a pretty solid trading spot. Oh, Speed Cola is literally right next to the spawn room. All right, well, let's grab that. What else can we do here? We definitely need to upgrade our guns rarity. Maybe we can hit the box. I don't even know, man. The Oscar boss is making me a little nervous. It doesn't seem like there's that many useful perks on the map, at least for perk machines. I'm sure when the Wonder Fizz comes, everything is available. So ideally, I'm probably just going to save 15k points, upgrade this LMG. Maybe I'll hit the box once or twice. Wait, where is he going? I'm right here, and the the Oscar is over here. Maybe you aren't supposed to kill the Oscar and you just have to avoid him? Dude, I really don't know how that boss works. Oh, our damage is bad. Luckily, we got 15k points. So let's just go get this to Mark II and then also upgrade our rarity. I feel like the reason our damage is so bad is probably because we're still on white rarity. Just need to find the upgrade station. Also, need to avoid Oscar. Where's he at? Oh, he's right there. Okay. I don't think he attacks you if he doesn't see you. All right. This map is so weird, dog. That is the weirdest boss ever. Maybe if you stay in this area of the map, Oscar just will never find you. Because what's the chance that he comes down here, right? I ran right past him and he didn't see me. So I'm guessing you quite literally have to be right up on him for him to notice you. Oh, wait, there he is. Wait, does he see me? Oh, no shot. He saw me. I think he's just rotating down there. I don't think he actually saw me. He's still in the spawn room. I think we have some time to upgrade. I want to grab some perks too. Where's everything at? Stam's over here. Let me ping that. This LMG is honestly really solid. It's supposed to be fast fire rate, lower damage, and shorter range. But honestly, it seems like it excels in just about every single category. We've got 16k points. Let's just hit the box. Maybe we'll get something. What is this? 1911. Wait, they have the 1911 in this game? How did I not know that they added the 1911 to BO7? Bro, the Mustang and Sally's are probably really good in this game. It sucks that we're not getting zombies next year for Modern Warfare 4. But at the same time, that also means the developers are going to have a lot more time to work on the next zombies game, so you can't really be mad. But at the same time, that also means we're not gonna have zombies for like 3 years. I don't know how I feel about that. I wonder what they'll come back with in 3 years. I wonder what kind of game we're going to receive. You know, we have GTA 6 coming out, and honestly, I think the only thing that Call of Duty / Activision could do to compete with GTA 6, because that game's gonna be huge. Everybody's gonna be playing it. It's going to kill a lot of games. The only thing they have that could possibly compete with that is Call of Duty remasters. They would literally just have to remaster something. Any older Call of Duty, whether it's MW2, MW3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, remastered would compete with a GTA 6. Now, I think GTA 6 is just going to be the biggest game ever, and I've never really even played GTA 5. I just know how big GTA is. I'm pretty sure at this point, most game developers are preparing for the GTA launch, because when that game does come out, their player bases are going to shoot down. I mean, what? It's been like 15 years since there's been a new GTA. It's been a long time. And even in this day and age, GTA 5 is still one of the most played games. We are on round 21. We have 4 more rounds to go for the LMG challenge. And as for BO7, it's been going extremely smooth. We haven't taken any downs. There's been no close calls. And the LMG that we started with is honestly really good. It would definitely be a lot better with double tap and dead shot. Also, probably some more weapon upgrades. But it doesn't seem like there's much available on the map as of right now. The Wonder Fizz is here, so how about we go spend all of our points on that? We need more damage. I'm going to throw this thing on blue. Hopefully that'll be pretty significant, at least enough to get us to 25. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to tier 3 because I do want to grab some perks from the Wonder Fizz. I'm understanding a little bit more about this boss, all right? I accidentally shot the truck, a horn went off, and he pretty much teleported over there and a bunch of purple-eyed zombies spawned. I don't even know what exactly I did, but I wish I didn't do whatever it was. We've got some time to hit the Wonder Fizz though, so let's go ahead and do that. Definitely want dead shot. Definitely want double tap. Oh, this is going to be insane now. Oh my god, they really do not stand a chance. Yo, this is ridiculous. What else can we get here? I'll grab Sam, because why not? We should be doing an incredible amount of damage now that we have double tap and dead shot. Oh my god, dude, they don't even stand a chance. They really don't. It might be time for that rampage inducer to go off. It is round 22. It's a little bit unnecessary. This LMG is unreal. I wonder if this is statistically the best one in BO7, because I did zero research about LMGs in this game before loading it up. Oh yeah, the rampage definitely needs to go. Let's see. Oh my god, bro, this is just unreal. The only thing that tanks a little bit of bullets is the armored zombies. They're a lot more healthy than the regular zombies, but I feel like the normal zombies just die in 1 or 2 bullets, and I'm shooting so many per second. Oh, we got another another LMG. We got the SoCal 545, and there's Oscar. You know what? We've got 20,000 points. I do feel like we could get 30,000 to fully upgrade this gun by the end of the challenge, but I think it would be better if we just try another LMG entirely, because then at least we'll have something to compare this one to, because I am really thinking this is the best LMG in BO7. This one is purple rarity, so it's going to be a little bit stronger than the other one double pack-a-punched. Oh no, this one, dude, this definitely is not as good as the other one, that's for sure. I haven't used any of the other LMGs in this game, but after using this one, I can just say without a doubt, the first LMG that we spawned with is got to be the best one in this game, and I'm dead. I'm not dead. I forgot I had Ether Shroud. Not even going to bother using the other LMG because it's just not as good as this one. If shotguns and explosives weren't such meta, I would say this is probably one of the best guns in the game. Round 24, the final round for this challenge. We got through this entire game flawless. We didn't take it down. We've had the Rampage Inducer on quite literally the entire time. I think the LMG only challenge just in general is one of the better challenges you can do. It's not the hardest challenge you can pull off, but it's also not the worst one or even the easiest one. There's a lot more rage-inducing challenges you could do, like the melee only or the pistol only. LMGs are typically pretty strong in each and every zombies game, and really they only suffer in mobility. As long as you know how to work around that, or you know, you could just camp on whatever map, they're going to be some of the best weapons you can get. And with that being said, that is the on every single zombies game. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as we are coming up close to 100,000 subscribers. But with all of that being said, I'll see you guys next time.